about right away. We have Andre the Hammer Inosov going up against Cristobal Ibanez. The reason that I really want to talk about this fight is not only is it this going to be for the opportunity to go for the 170-pound title, but Ibanez was actually originally scheduled to compete twice tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He was going to compete in a combat jiu-jitsu matchup later on after this initial fight, which unfortunately fell through, which does happen in the fight game. However, you have to know that somebody who's that game to go for a title eliminator and a combat jiu-jitsu matchup in the same night within a few hours of each other, that's a game fighter.
Well, I'll tell you right now, in my profession as a strength and conditioning coach for fighters, when I see a guy who's able to do that, I know something's right in his conditioning and his dieting and his mentality, because he's ready to go to war twice. He's ready to die twice. And I got to tell you something, and the same thinking of that, I've seen both these guys weigh in, and the Hammer's name should be the Chisel. That dude is like out of rock. And I'm telling you, you're going to see two physical specimens just go to war. That is one I am very excited about.
Absolutely. I mean, the 170-pound division here in Vigilant MMA is something of historic, of value. You know, every time the 170-pounders step into the cage, everybody is paying attention, and they give us a reason every single time. But going on, like I had mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, we have some gold on the line tonight in the main event. We're going into our youth kickboxing division, where Kota Shuto is going up against Colin Walker, ladies and gentlemen, in the main event. So Kota Shuto is a fighter who's competed extensively in Vigilant MMA. We've actually even seen his younger brother, Soder Shuto, compete before. But Kota is coming back from a knee injury. And, you know, he came back from this knee injury, and I believe it was an ACL tear, if I originally remember. But he's coming back from a knee injury. I believe it's his first fight since then.
Yeah, it's always interesting when someone's coming off an injury. You don't know how their camp went. How did their weight cut go? You know, are they going to feel comfortable? How much is really the sparring they're getting going to be that live adrenaline pumping in front of the crowd? It's going to be interesting to see not only how he deals with that knee, but does the other side have a strategy to go after it?
No, absolutely.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Myra Ferreira.
You won on the judge. Okay. Yes. I'm trying to set up in the place so you can.
So
I
here's
was
the question.
there
It is
because
a
if
young
I had
lady
jumping back and
season
forth for
fights this
commentating, I
afternoon.
know we're gonna put one judge there, one judge at the ring.
All right, what do you
Bell
say
ringer,
to get
and
the party started,
I got
folks?
one over there with a hat.
Get the first leg going.
Oh, somebody over here. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I got you.
Cristobal Ibanez.
Let me jump on.
Okay, got
Yes.
it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen. everybody can hear us. Testing.
Can you see you? These guys have the mics on, right?
All right, everybody.
Check. You got Nelson?
Test. I can hear you.
I can hear you too. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Test?
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Then we're good. I can hear you now. I can hear. Yeah, go ahead. I think we got to pick up. Ready? Testing. We're good to go. Thank you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the abrupt stoppage. However, we had to stand for our Stars and Stripes. However, now we are opening up with our initial bout, ladies and gentlemen. Now making his entrance, Andre the Hammer Inosov. So as we were talking before, Cristobal Ibanez, who's already in the cage, he was actually on the card originally scheduled to fight twice tonight. Unfortunately, the second matchup for Combat Jiu-Jitsu fell through. So he was ready to take on 2 fights tonight. So Andre the Hammer Inosov is going up against somebody who is willing to bang twice within a few hours.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something special too when you look at the Hammer side, and he's got that great traditional Viking Mjolnir on the back of his neck there. This is a guy too that's coming to war too. I think he had about a 13-pound weight cut. Looked good, looked fresh. You know, we're looking at these guys up and close. They got a good look in their eye.
No, absolutely. Ibanez looks like he's in great shape, and he looks very, very focused today.
Yeah, you got to love the way the matchmaker put this together. You got a guy, last minute stepping in. You got another guy ready to go to war twice, driving up from Miami. You know, you're talking about a good 4 or 5 hour drive. You're getting some of the best talent around Florida. It is exciting to see these guys.
The Hammer hailing from Invictus MMA. Right now, he has 5 fights on his amateur record, currently holding a 2-3 record in that respect. Both of his wins have come by way of unanimous decision, so we know he is able to perform all the way through the rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out. It's time to start the fight. This fight and all fights in here sponsored by NPC Credit Repair, Battle Bunt, and Team Reaper. Fighting out of the NPC Credit Repair blue corner, the current PFL welterweight champion out of the Coral Academy with a win-loss record of 3-1, it's Cristobal Ibanez. And his opponent, a veteran fighter with 5 fights under his belt, a win-loss record of 2-3, Andre Inosov. This will be a 170-pound weight class.
have a feeling these guys are going to come out and come out strong.
Absolutely, and I mean,
Ibanez is already in that split. Andre just doesn't seem to be bothered.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to seeing this 170-pound title fight because, I mean, you got to think about who was the champ before. Vashawn Pope, the king, held the title in 170, 180, and I mean, in a division that's as skilled as that, in the 170-pound division, I'm very much looking forward to this opening bout today, ladies and gentlemen. As the cage doors are sealed, Ibanez, the Hammer, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Both fighters finding their distance here. Inisov with the inside leg kick. Nice touch there from Ibanez.
Yeah,
nice pop on that leg kick.
They both want to. Yeah, they both want to bring those legs out, get that distance.
Inisov firing off that right and a counter on the leg kick there. Nice side kick. In the first round, especially in this kind of weight class where there's so much strength in that 170-pound class, the fighters are a little bit more cautious, especially in the opening minutes like this.
Yeah, I think really when you're looking at these 170ers and you're taking guys from across the state,
right,
in a very dangerous division, they're not going to wade into this throwing like maniacs, right? They're going to come in strategic. Let's see what this guy's about.
Nice head kick lands there from Ibanez. It's just what you're talking about. Hammer brushes it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hammer's got that old school, I'm going to wade in. Ibanez's got a little more bounce to him.
Feints at the left, but nice leg kick catches Ibanez. And Ibanez is quick to fire off
Andre
that head
switches
kick.
stances over. Goes no.
Nice spinning back kick lands, pushes Inisov back a bit.
He's going to brush it off. If you're going to brush it off, you got to come back strong then. Both
fighters seem fairly confident, though. There's not much of a will to give right now. Nice left hand exchange, yeah.
If Ibanez can stick that jab out with some of those low kicks, he's going to start making Andre think about waiting in there more. Oh,
going for the
nice
takedown. Beautiful job from Ibanez landing that takedown.
Great changeup. Lulled him in, a couple strikes here and there, and then boom, straight in for the shot.
Full guard right now. And Ibanez trying to posture up, it seems, but landing some shots there. But
it looks like he wants to stack him. Yeah, it looks like he wants to stack him in that cage and then rain down on him. Let's see if he can get his hands free. Andre's relaxed in that guard.
Yeah, Andre seems very aware of what's going on, doing his best to keep the hands at bay. And that you just see, that was just a taste of what happened when the hand was free for just a moment. We're at the 10-second marker here of the round. But you see when that hand opens, when that hand gets freed, he opens up and fires.
Ibanez knows he's got seconds left and he's going to throw.
Inisov did a good job fighting off there, getting on his defensive end there. And
I think it was a good paced round.
Absolutely.
I think Andre's feeling it a little bit.
Yeah, Andre seems to be feeling a little bit. We saw Ibanez come into this one. It feels like his game plan was really to stay active with his feet. From the beginning of the matchup, he was firing off at the head. He was firing off at the legs. He was throwing those spinning back kicks that were landing solid on the body.
Yeah, he had that in and out bounce. Andre just kind of waited for it. Andre, I think, had the last minute acceptance and then a 13-pound cut. And I'm going to tell you right now, training a lot of fighters in different states and doing these weight cuts at different, that does wear on you.
Absolutely.
Especially if you got a guy like Ibanez who's going to come in and out and in and out. He's going to hit you low, hit you high, test you, and then shoot. It was I don't know if that was strategic by him in his coaching corner, but where you're looking about 30 seconds in the round, he takes that shot, takes him down, gets the points.
Absolutely. I mean, you're looking at it from a scorecard perspective. He absolutely earned him points with the takedown as the corners are going out. We're getting ready to start round two. But, I mean, something of note, we're talking about strategies. These are two relatively seasoned amateur fighters. I mean, Ibanez has 4 fights coming into this one. He's 3-1. The Hammer already had 5 fights, as we mentioned before, 2 and 3. So 2 guys who have had plenty of fights already. and opening up a little bit
Ibanez
more.
comes in, and Andre just throws. They both got some little welts around their eyes.
It looks like there's a small cut on the nose of Ibanez. I wonder if the Hammer's going to try to make it a point to open that up a bit.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
Talk
I'd
about
like to see the Hammer let those hands go a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to see where he earned that nickname from, man.
Because you can see the underneath the right eye, he's getting a tiny mouse.
Nice leg kick there from Ibanez. Nice.
Nice little 1-2. Keep working that jab. And Ibanez is going to keep working the legs.
Yeah, those legs are staying active.
And I don't think we've seen Ibanez really let loose on that kick. Like, those quads, there we go.
Nice left
Hammer.
hand catches him in the exchange.
Yeah.
And I mean, you talk about the wear and tear that it takes.
Ooh.
Right hand
That
lands
almost
a little
looked-
bit of exchange there.
He didn't hit him flush, but he caught him.
No, absolutely. I mean, this one thing about MMA, you can go down and any second you can blink your eye and it'll be over. Going for that big spinning back kick, but Inosov was aware of it. Glancing head kick, narrowly missed. Going for the takedown.
Great move. Ibanez saw that big breath Andre took.
Yeah.
That made him look a little gassed, and then boom, he shot, took that right down. Great
found
timing.
The opportunity, absolutely. And I mean, we were talking about the wear and tear that it takes on a fighter to be able to cut the weight to make these kind of fights. But then we talk about the wear and tear that's happening right now of a grown man putting all of his
weight on you.
And his weight on you, just exerting that constant energy. Like, to some people who are not aware of the fight game, they don't understand how stressful this can be on the body just in this position alone.
Well, I can even double that stress up because these aren't UFC fighters getting a nice first-class ticket, flying in the week or two before.
Right.
This kid drove up, 5 hours from Miami in the
Right.
same day within 24 hours of making a cut and then fighting.
Right.
I mean, that is so much extra stress and strain on you. Those little things tick off of you. And they tick off of your cardio, they tick off of your gas tank. But Ibanez came in, like I said, he came in ready for 2 fights, right?
Right.
He was like, 1 fight? This is easy.
Right. He came in game for 2, and we're seeing that energy here.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like we're
Yeah,
he's
content with just keeping that side and just giving him that right hand. Nothing too powerful, but he's getting the points.
Looks
He's
like
keeping
going
control.
for the arm triangle. He may be able to lock it in. I'm
So
not
we're
sure.
inside of 30 seconds, going to 20. Let's see.
He's got to get that leg out.
Yeah. See if anyone explodes through this.
And you're right. We are approaching that 10-second marker. And
There we go.
it is. Ibanez
posture up, and he should just throw and get those points. I'd like to see Andre use more of his hips and get out of there, shrimp a little bit, move him around a little bit. But he's holding good going into the 3rd round.
Absolutely. I mean, both fighters are looking a little tired. I mean, who wouldn't after 2 rounds? And as we mentioned, long traveling, all this weight cut. We're going to see what they're made of here, this 3rd and final round for the title eliminator. We got to see who wants it more here in round 3. Are we going to see a finish? Is this going to go to decision? We're going to have to wait and see. And let's talk about the difference actually right now in the corner strategy. If you see on your screen right now, we have the Hammer who's standing with his corner. They did the same thing after the 1st round of standing, whereas Ibanez went more traditional route with being on the stool in between the rounds. And it's just a difference in mentality of the gyms. Some people like to do it so the legs don't get tired. Some people do it as a discipline method. But just an interesting thing that they're keeping the Hammer on his feet, even though he's...
I got to be honest with you. Part of my job with my gym and my fighters is this conditioning, is making sure they can recover in that short period to get their heart rate down. Nice spinning kick.
Spinning kick.
Nice front. Hammer sidesteps it. Nice. I'm not a fan of them standing. I want that heart rate down. I want rest recovery. I want oxygenation fast, fast, fast.
And
now I like the way they're both moving.
Head kick narrowly.
Nice. Both active. Hammer looks
there.
more active in the 3rd than the other 2. Looks
yeah,
fresh.
Absolutely. Same thing
Nice
with
movement.
Ibanez.
Yeah,
Ibanez seems a little more willing to go in
throwing
there.
those thick legs. Ooh.
Land a spinning leg kick.
I think that's where the condition comes in. That spinning kick was a botch, and Hammer should have closed hard and fast.
Right.
And you start getting that slower reaction time when you're a little more tired.
Going for the takedown, Hammer, trying
Good.
to fight
He's
it
good.
off.
He's got a good sprawl right now, but
The single leg. Ibanez still going for it.
And Ibanez is strong, man.
Great job with that takedown. I mean, just like you said, Ibanez has a lot of strength in this 170-pound division. Those guys, I mean, they're so strong for the weight class.
Yeah, you have 170ers that can hit like a 185 or a 205er, but they can move like a 155 or 170 is a nasty weight class to compete in.
Absolutely. And this has been kind of the story between rounds. I mean, each round, about halfway through, we've seen Ibanez secure a takedown after he's kind of weathered out Inosov. And we're seeing him maintain top position right now, trying to find those strikes when he postures up. It's the same thing.
I have to say this right now, like Inosov's corner has got to get in his head, tell him to get his butt up. I don't care if it's a, oop, he went for the arm bar, it looked like, but no. I don't care if he wants to Derek Lewis style it and just stand up, but you're down what looks to be 2 rounds in the third.
Right.
You've got to go for the knockout.
Absolutely, you have to.
So he can't just be content with staying here. He's got to, you know, it may not be the best strategy to risk maybe giving up an arm or posting, but you got to move. You have to, your corner has to know you're not up on the card. Now you have to start taking risks. You got to get up and you got to bang.
No, absolutely, and then when you leave yourself in this kind of position, you're susceptible to things like this. You can see Ibanez trying to go for that arm triangle. Not sure if he's going to lock that.
And this is Ibanez's game right now, right? He can take his time. He can work him. He thinks he's up. He knows he's up on the cards, right? He can take his time.
Ibanez wanted that arm triangle, but and looks, he's still trying to cinch it in.
Yeah, he's starting to wear down on him. See, I don't like see how his hips are real flat, butt's on the mat. He's not going to get out like that. 10 seconds
left in the third round. In a few seconds, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see who's going to be competing for the 170-pound MMA title.
I'll tell you something, that was a great fight by those 2 young men. That was a great fight.
No, absolutely. An absolute battle all the way through.
Good respect at the end. Guys traveling all over the state, last minute. I tell you something, the one thing I've coached in a lot of sports, and I love MMA for the amount of respect these 2 guys and the 2 girls when they fight that they have at the end.
Absolutely.
It's like you put that on, you put your health, everything on the line, and you can't have these victories unless someone's willing to step up last minute and fight you.
Right, absolutely.
You know, and a lot of respect to the matchmakers working in that 12th hour to make sure these guys have someone to compete with.
Recording, streaming, or picture taking during the event. We appreciate your cooperation in advance.
Where's the...
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Christopher.
Yeah, I think that was well deserved. I think he had control. He was the aggressor.
All right, so we do a quick interview here with Christopher, everybody. This was an important event. The reason being now Christopher is actually going to be up for an opportunity for a vacant vigilant MMA welterweight belt. How do you feel about that fight?
I feel awesome. We were supposed to win at this event, but it's good to be challenged before getting the vigilant MMA title.
Now you're going to be fighting Malcolm Wallace. Have you seen him fight?
I'm sorry?
So you'll be fighting Malcolm Wallace up for that title. Have you seen him fight before?
Oh, this guy or the next one? I don't know. No, I haven't seen him fight yet.
Terrific. Well, we have all the Malcolm Wallace in the house. Malcolm, you want to come up here real quick? See if we can get a little face-off going. Malcolm, where you at?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, the young fan in me loves when they do these, right? You know they're a little risky.
Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm Wallace.
Now, if you...
Let's make it happen. For my 17.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Always ready. Let's do it.
Stay tuned. June 17th right here, ladies and gentlemen. Christopher and Malcolm.
Now, if you did not see Malcolm Wallace's last 170 fight, you need to go right now after this fight, pay for the pay-per-view and go watch Mike Wallace's fight at 170. He went up the weight class and just wrecked that fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm legitimately excited right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, we just saw what Cristobal Ibanez is capable of.
He's going to bring it.
Such a well-rounded fighder, a fighter who's in amazing shape, going up against Malcolm Wallace, who's had a finish in every single one of his fights, undefeated, 3-0. Another fighter.
Well, here's what blows me away. That last fight that Wallace had, he went up to 170.
Yes.
He had to go up last minute to 170. The bell rings, he comes out, he throws a front kick that knocks the guy across the cage, and Wallace just dominates that fight.
Absolutely.
A physical specimen, nice young man, and you know he brings, I'm telling you, when Vigilant does that $9.99 sale and you can go buy the old pay-per-view, that fight alone is worth $10 to watch Wallace's 170 fight.
Absolutely.
And you know after this one, Ibanez, whether he's got to drive from 5 to 6 hours away, he's going to bring it.
Absolutely.
So that is going to be a great fight. That could be a 7-1 fight maybe.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be coming to you from
I don't want to put the pressure.
It's going to be coming to you from Fort Myers, Florida in June. Be on the lookout. VigilantMMA.co, VigilantMMA.co for tickets and pay-per-view information. You heard it here. Malcolm Wallace going up against Cristobal Ibanez for the 170-pound welterweight Vigilant MMA title. Ooh. Do not miss out.
Not at all.
That is going to be worth the price of admission alone. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be rolling on. That was only the first fight of the night. We have many more coming your way. Do not go anywhere.
What weight class is that Black Clover guy just fought? Because he's a Vigilant guy. I was talking to him. He just fought. He's a 170, right? He's either 170 or 185. I think he's a 170 because I remember looking at him and being like, there's no fucking way he's making 170. That guy's a specimen too.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about legendary 170-pounders and people in. We talked about Bashan Pope, and just as you were mentioning to me, and you can't forget about Black Clover.
Yeah.
I mean,
whew. Let me tell you something. So I spent the last 2 years doing strength and conditioning out of New Jersey. I had a lot of CFFSC fighters. Atlantic City had a lot of ROC fighters. And there's just a certain attitude I think CFC brings to the table, right? And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But when Black Clover got in there, it's a clip all over social media if you haven't seen it. And the other corner yells, "He's an amateur, Chad." And I don't know if Clover heard that, but he goes, "Oh, amateur." And he grabs him, boom, slams him down. The whole place goes crazy. I'm watching it like, oh my God. And that was it. He made that other guy look like an amateur. Black Clover dominated. He's a
through different promotions. I mean, such a talented, gifted, and kind person.
Yeah, yeah.
Testing.
You're good? Yeah, we're clear now. No, there's the feedback. Just talk.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's a friendly reminder, absolutely no photos or videos permitted during the show. These fights are sponsored by Battle Buzz, Team Reaper, and NPC Credit Repair.
All right, well,
Our audio is coming through the house speakers and it's feeding back. That's what's feeding back to our. Testing. Testing.
all right, I think.
Testing.
Yeah.
We were trying to run in-house for Brandon, but that shit ain't gonna work.
We're good? Okay, brother. You can hear me? You're good?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We apologize for the break. There was a change on the card. This is not Scott Anthony. This is Eric Copeland. Eric Copeland is an independently represented fighter. He's undefeated so far, 1-0. He took this fight actually on 1 day's notice.
Woo!
He was
I love it.
On top of that, was up 2 weight classes.
He dropped 2 weight classes down.
And made it for today's fight. So we were talking earlier about people who were game and ready to fight. Look at this man right here, Eric Copeland.
Man, I tell you something. I started working with some Muay Thai fighters, some of the guys up north, and I love the Muay Thai whole ambiance, the garb. Have you ever been to just a strictly Muay Thai event? They come out a certain way.
Very ceremonial.
Very ceremonial.
Absolutely.
Love it.
There's a lot of respect involved, not only in the fight game, but when you start talking about Muay Thai, there's a lot of tradition involved in that. And you have to respect those values. We talk about even the headgear, from sealing off the ring when you make the entrance. There's so many small things and intricacies that are taught in that discipline.
Yeah, I have one of my favorite fighters I've worked with is a guy by the name of Chris Tapia. He's an owner and fighter out of Weapons 9 Muay Thai. He just spent about 2 months in Thailand. He's on the U.S. Muay Thai team. Great fighter, shout out to Chris. And just a great culture of a martial art. And fits well with Muay Thai. Fits well with MMA.
By way of parts unknown, with a win-loss record of 0-1, it's John Murphy. And his opponent, by way of Inferno MMA, with a win record of 1-1, fighting out of the red corner, Scott Anthony.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, there's a mix-up on the card. There was a change. There was a change in the fight. This is Eric Copeland. All right, ladies and gentlemen, both fighters are going to receive their final instructions here. We're going to have 3 2-minute rounds for this kickboxing matchup. Talking a little bit about both fighters, it looks like we've seen both of them have both fought once. Copeland did walk away victorious in his debut fight. Murphy unfortunately did not, but that always gives you something to work off of, especially in your debut fight. You have something to go back, practice, see where your holes were, and hopefully come out a better fighter. So here we go now. Murphy in the red, Copeland in the blue. And Murphy with the strong push kick that sends Copeland running back.
Murphy's got a much more open, wide open stance, more freestyle. Copeland seems to be keeping a little bit more of the traditional stance.
Nice kick there from Copeland. Return one there from Murphy. And, you know, just like you were mentioning, Copeland with a little bit more of a traditional Muay Thai stance. Murphy a little bit more of a boxing stance. Nice knee there in the exchange from Copeland. Copeland landing that knee again. Clinch here. Murphy trying to find his own knee. Copeland landed one of his own. We're going to get a break from the official here. Fight will continue. Nice body kick blocked. Try to rush forward with the right hand. Nice body kick.
Murphy loaded up on that one, huh? Yeah, Murphy's staying very active. He's giving him a lot to look at, a lot to think about. Copeland overreached on that one a little bit.
And both fighters seem like they're waiting for the other to make the first move.
Yeah, it seems like Murphy slowed it down a little bit. Now he wants to bring Copeland in.
Right.
Get Copeland to throw something he can counter.
Nice right hand landed there from Copeland.
Yeah, Copeland wants to tie him up now. It's a good idea. Keep inside of that leg range, right?
Nice body kick landed there from Copeland. Murphy throws a glancing
Murphy's just
right.
throwing that haymaker. That right haymaker, if he lands, is going to be interesting.
No, absolutely. I mean, if he finds the right timing and position for it, it could be lethal. Seeing nice standing switch there from Murphy. Going to get a break in the action. I believe we're nearing 10 seconds.
Oh,
Nice
that
catch there with the spinning
he
head
needed
kick,
to
but
commit
narrowly
that
missed
spinning kick, and we would have seen a highlight reel knockout. Great technique, just needed to finish it, and Copeland is just waiting and slow and steady, right? Just nice and strong, slow and steady.
10
Here we got our 10
left.
seconds. Oh,
Nice right hand there from Copeland after the nice body kick. Goes to attack the body, ends up in a clinch, and that's the end of round one. What a round here, opening up this kickboxing matchup here between John Murphy and Eric Copeland. So
yeah,
just
Murphy
as-
really pushed that pace.
absolutely. I mean, we saw Murphy staying really active with the feet, and he was doing a really good job changing levels with it too. He was giving him shots to the body. You're going to see a little bit of a replay here. This is when Copeland started to attack and landed that nice right hand towards the end of the round. But Murphy still did a good job defending for the most part. I mean, it's something we've seen going on the entire time. Both guys have been exchanging back and forth the entire time. One of them goes to make the first move, the other is slipping and making a counter, and vice versa.
What's interesting, I wanted to call your attention, you mentioned this earlier, we got two fighters, one standing, one sitting.
Yes.
The guy standing is taking less of the deep breaths. So that's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the cardio conditioning with fighters.
Right.
How are they breathing? Is that mouth wide open? Are they sucking air?
Right.
Or are they taking nice deep breaths in and out their nostril? Copeland seems to be very relaxed. Maybe a little frustrated he's not more active. Maybe he'll get a little aggressive.
No, I mean, we'll see here, especially after talking to his corner. Copeland was the first one. Like I said, he was standing the entire time, but he was the first one out of the corner, and he was ready to go.
No deep breaths, no mouth breathing. Looked good. Got the mouthpiece kind of out of Murphy's mouth a little bit. I don't like that. Get it in there. Take your good breath through your nostrils. Get your oxygen back. Yep, and Copeland's coming out strong.
Nice counter right.
Yeah. Yep, so he's got that Muay Thai hands out. see what. Now you got Copeland moving forward. Murphy's got to be careful. He's letting those hands get really wide, low and wide.
Copeland might make him pay for it. Nice catch on the leg there into the clinch. See if he lands a couple knees.
Yep,
There's
he's
one.
trying. Yeah, he tries to throw the right on the break.
Close right.
Definitely had a role reversal in the aggressor here. There we go, Murphy swinging back.
Nice body kick there. From
Yeah,
Copeland.
he felt that. He felt that.
Yeah, I was just
You
about to
saw
say
that
Murphy
gasp,
seemed
right?
like he was wincing a little bit there in pain. Trying to protect the body from those knees, but
And Copeland just attack
landed,
that body, baby. Attack
Copeland
that.
landed a couple of them in the
Yeah.
exchange there. That looked good.
Yeah, Murphy's not liking that.
You see a welt forming on the right side of the body, actually. Excuse me, left side of the body. Nice body kick lands again, and he's feeling
Copeland,
it.
yeah, he's feeling it.
He's
Copeland
feeling
now
it.
knows. Copeland knows where he's got to go
You can
now.
see that welt forming over the left side of the torso.
And when
of
Murphy takes those big swings, he's leaving those ribs open.
Beautiful knee. And that can hurt him.
Yeah, that looked like that was about to be explosive.
10 seconds left in the second round. Copeland knows. Copeland is aware. Oh, looks like it was
he
a
got
low
a
blow.
groin shot. Now they should. He had the groin shot before the bell, so we should still be in that round, allowing him, what, 5 minutes for his. I'm going to end the round and give him that. That is a tough break for Copeland at the end. He dominated that round, was the aggressor. Interestingly enough, took more of the traditional Muay Thai stance. See the hands up and out, front kick, push kick.
No, absolutely. I mean, as far
Gets
as
him
Muay
in
Thai,
that nice clench, nice body knee.
the fundamentals as far as Muay Thai goes.
See that wild right he's given?
Right.
That wild right comes out, and all those ribs are wide open. And Copeland is just boom.
And that's exactly what you saw right there, leaving those hands a little too high up, leaving that body exposed. And Copeland made him pay for it.
Yep,
There was
there
that
it is.
big body
Beautiful,
kick.
dog. And you can see him bend a little bit,
Yep.
right? Copeland's going to be eating dinner all night at that place right now. That's a buffet for him. If he can just keep that body, it's going to be very tough for Murphy to keep his wind. And it's also negating Murphy's aggression. You don't see him throwing those kicks. Copeland's now stuffing them, not getting inside the range of those legs, so that Murphy's striking from his hands are very wide open and very, he's putting everything he's got with bad intentions, but he's exhausting himself. Very interesting third round coming up. Copeland decides to stand, and he's at the center of the cage. Look at this. He's got to be pushed back. I love it.
Absolutely. I mean, you talk about the body language.
Look at that
of the two
aggression.
guys.
Yeah, he wants it.
Third and final round here between Murphy and Copeland.
Somebody test Copeland for rabies because he's about to go nuts. Let's see it. See, Murphy's trying to get that distance. But Copeland's going to try and close it in. That's what Murphy needs to do, get those nice strong kicks and get Copeland away from him. Nice sidestep.
Oh,
that
caught him
check
with a
hook
nice,
and a
nice
nice
right hand, caught him. Not sure what that turned into, but.
Oh, now Copeland.
Murphy, Copeland does not look happy
he does
about
not
that.
like that.
Copeland does not look happy.
But Copeland's got to be careful. Don't let that rage take over and leave yourself open. But if he channels that, he's going to do some damage now. Loading up too much for Murphy, signaling it. Eric staying with his game plan. He's not raging out.
Beautiful
Nice.
right hand from Murphy, for Copeland, I'm sorry.
Copeland, yeah, nice. And
Copeland guarding from those knees.
Murphy's getting exhausted.
Yeah,
He's
Murphy
tiring
looks
out.
tired here.
Those
this
body
final
shots,
minute.
people do not understand.
Big body kick.
That's another
Murphy's
one.
in trouble.
And a body hook, another hook to the body.
Goes for a wild overhand left.
Yeah. Murphy can't get desperate now. He's got power, but he can't get, pick those hands up.
Nice body kick lands again. He's hurt.
He is hurt.
He's just trying to survive this at this point.
Eric Copeland has opened up a golden buffet on that boy's ribs.
I know. It's about 15, but closing on the 10-second marker. Here, there it is.
And he wants that body again. You see that? He wants that body hook.
Murphy's doing everything he can to guard
Keep
that
him
side
away.
of his body.
Now he's switching stances.
Wow. What a fight.
That was great.
Here we're going to see a replay. There was the big left hand that landed and a big right hook that Murphy decided to grab and turn into a bit of a toss.
Yeah, I think that was, sometimes these guys are fighting in different, you know, one week they're fighting MMA, 1 week they're doing Muay Thai. The instinct takes over. You know, somebody's got an arm on your back, you do an arm drag. But I'll tell you right now, one, I give Copeland that credit because you saw that look on his face. He was angry at that flip, kept his composure, kept his sportsmanship, stuck to his game, led with his push kicks, and then just ate that body alive. Murphy's still looking a little tired and gassed from that.
No, absolutely. I mean, Murphy was sitting down a second ago, trying to catch his breath. Understandably, I mean, just seeing from here, you can see those visible welts on the side.
Look at that. You can see him a little bit. Okay. I think Copeland feels very confident he's got it.
And after a performance like his, I would as well. I mean, just an outstanding showcase of Muay Thai, and especially with his traditional stance, like we were saying, going up against what looked like more of a boxer.
Yeah, it seemed like Murphy came out more with that MMA feel, almost like that Wonder Boy open stance. Took some big wild shots and kicks. And Copeland's...
And the judges scoring unanimously in favor of the blue corner.
And I think that was deserved.
My man, so after this, what do you see is coming up next? Eric Copeland here, guys.
Hey, how y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming out.
What's your next move, man? What do you plan on doing, man? Where are you going from here? That was a great fight.
Line them up and I'll knock them down. That's all I got to say.
Line him up, you'll knock him down, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Copeland.
Congratulations.
How do you feel your performance was, man, this time?
I think I did pretty good. I'm not getting there even though after the first one, I was pretty gassed.
I tell you, you look great out there. There's no doubt about it. You did a good job, man. It was a good fight. Win or loss, great job, my friend.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm just going to go back to keep working on some days and I'm going to come back as champ.
So he's never been the champ. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Eric Copeland.
Big congratulations, Eric Copeland, staying undefeated, moving up to a perfect 2-0.
Great sportsmanship at the end. You see these guys?
Next fight's coming right up.
And going on, ladies and gentlemen, the next fight we have coming up, we're staying with the kickboxing. We have Sam Eldridge going up against Alvaro Cabrera. I actually got to talk to Sam Eldridge a little bit before the fights. Sam's only 18 years old.
Oh, so, interesting.
Yeah, so originally he was training under Jeremy Gannon out in St. Louis, Missouri. He recently moved to Florida because he wanted to really get serious about his aspirations of becoming a pro fighter. So now he's representing Ronin Kickboxing as he comes into this bout today, making his debut in the 155-pound division, going up against Alvaro Cabrera. So Alvaro is undefeated so far, but he's only had one fight. He's 1-0. But he's representing a very reputable gym in Def War MMA,
Great
local
gym,
here in Tampa. He won his debut fight. Actually, it was a long time ago back at Combat Quest 11. He fought Kev Alvarado. He won that by knockout. So he's capable of finishing a fight. We're going to have to see what he's going to do against the young game Sam Eldridge later tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, it's not too late. Go to vigilantmma.co.co. That way you can get the pay-per-view and send it over to your friends who aren't watching if they're not already there with you. But you can also find out about our upcoming events, whether you want to purchase tickets or purchase a pay-per-view. Make sure you go to vigilantmma.co. That's vigilantmma.co. or you can check us out on Facebook at Vigilant MMA LLC or on Instagram at Vigilant MMA. You can get all the links to everything there. We look forward to seeing you either in person or hoping to hear your feedback of the live streams.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, if you take a look at some of the great things that Vigilant's done, we've got some great corporate sponsors. You see them in our ring. We're always looking for great companies. If you're an MMA fan and you're a corporate ad spend or buyer, you're looking to try and get into the strong purchasing buying market of our MMA fans. We have some great things coming out. We have a great show coming up 7/1 that we're going to be pre-hosting with Harley Davidson, which is one of the biggest, most American companies you can think of that's going to be partnering with Vigilant. You know, if you know Harley Davidson only just recently was only working with the UFC.
Right.
So for us to have a division of Harley Davidson be working with, I just speaks volumes about what Vigilant is doing.
Absolutely.
And if you're a corporate person out there, you're looking for a corporate event for your employees, you're looking for something to get some good ad spending and your dollars back, we're one of the best growing, fastest growing promotions that works well with these corporations. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that that's good too. Reach out to us on .co, not .com. We'll let you know. We have some great packages. You'll see some of our VIP tables and just a lot of great things that are going on down over here.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. As he mentioned, if you want to get in contact with us about becoming a part of Vigilant MMA, make sure you go ahead and message at Vigilant MMA LLC on Facebook, or you can DM Vigilant MMA on Instagram. Those would be the best methods of contact.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this one. I got to see this weigh-in, and Sam Eldridge he's bringing out, he's got that young boy swag. He does that Nate Diaz, does the face-off, puts his hands way up in Alvaro's face, and Alvaro looks like he couldn't have even been bothered. I think he's got that little bit more of that veteran chill versus that young swag.
Right.
It's going to be very interesting to see Sam coming out feeling like, you know, these young guys like to put on a show, bangers, and I think some of these seasoned guys like to draw them in like we saw with Copeland.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Draw them in, make a mistake, and then, you know, find where's their weak. You know, he found that weakness in the body of Murphy and just kept going and going and
Right.
going. And we'll be interesting to see how these two go at it. 155ers, gonna have some great stamina, great cardio.
And to actually correct my statement earlier, Alvaro Cabrera is actually making his kickboxing debut today. When I was talking earlier about his undefeated 1-0 record by knockout was in MMA. So he fought originally MMA. That's where he got the knockout victory. This is going to be his debut in the Muay Thai kickboxing discipline.
Got you.
Yes, sir. We have more kickboxing coming your way tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have some heavyweight MMA coming your way later as well in the 265-pound division. Do not miss out.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the next fight this afternoon? All right, this fight will be in the style of Muay Thai kickboxing in a weight class of 155 pounds. Let's fix that, huh? All right. Please help me welcome out of the blue corner, Sam Eldridge.
We got the young boy coming out to the old. Oh, Eldridge is a showman.
This is my new favorite fighter, guys. Sorry.
Is this your new fighter? All right.
This is my new favorite fighter. Sam Eldridge, guys, if you weren't with us during the break, this is an 18-year-old fighter making his debut today. Originally trained under Jeremy Gannon back in St. Louis, Missouri. Moved here to Florida not too long ago to get serious about pursuing a professional fight career. A young man with a lot of energy and a bright future ahead of him, making his debut today, representing Ronin Kickboxing, and he's looking game.
Well, I'll tell you this: everybody wants to act like Nate Diaz, but nobody wants to do Nate Diaz shiz. So Eldridge better come out and just be a monster. I'm expecting him to maul this kid with all this energy. Woo! Must be good to be 18 again, huh? I like it, though. I like the confidence. I like the swag.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's something that you rarely see from a debut fighter on top of that. It's one thing to see it from somebody who's fought 5, 10 times.
Exactly.
But for somebody who's debuting, to have this kind of calm peace of mind and confidence is rare.
Yeah, I think it's, well, we're going to find out if it's a good sign or not. If he comes out and he dominates as well as he dances, then we're gonna see it,
We're going to
right?
be in for a real treat, absolutely.
Yeah. I might want to see his victory dance next. I might root for him to win now.
I got to see what the victory song is. If he's starting off with this one, you know, we have a running joke here with the Vigilant MMA commentary team where we have a contest for the entrance songs for the night. So far, this might be number one.
The contest for the...
I'm putting it for the best entrance song.
Oh.
And I got to say, this is probably number one right now.
Right now,
I'm going to make an early bet that this is number
this is
one.
number
I'm just saying.
This is leading right now, 100%. Alvaro's got some people in the crowd here. He's a Team Reaper fighter. Team Reaper Apparel is one of the, I've been in this business a little bit of time. They're one of the most stand-up companies. They're helping a lot of young fighters, amateur and pro, try to financially offset the expensive sport that people don't realize this is. Helping them with their apparel, helping them with shirts, helping them, you know, they do other sports, but in the MMA world with Vigilant, Team Reaper has some great guys on their team.
Absolutely.
And they do a lot of stuff for the fighters. Death War's a great gym, producing a couple good guys.
Locally here in Tampa.
Locally,
yeah.
Death
War runs deep here in Vigilant MMA. They've been a part of this company events many, many times. And making his kickboxing debut, Alvaro Cabrera, as we were mentioning during the break, he's an undefeated MMA fighter. He's only had one fight, but he won that one fight by knockout. And that was back at Combat Quest 11, so it's been a little bit of time since we've seen Alvaro in the cage. But here he is making his kickboxing debut. It looks like he is ready to go, receiving his final inspection here.
It's great, too. We see a little guest appearance by Terrible Tarpley, our security guard over there. A lot of people don't know. He's from Death War. He's also a pro fighter for CFFC. Funny story, he fought one of my clients, Greg Velasco, the heavyweight champ. And I'll tell you, Tarpley, their coach, Death War, great group of guys, great attitude, great sportsmanship. And you know when you have one of their fighters on your card, they're going to make weight and they're going to show up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will be in a style of Muay Thai kickboxing 155-pound weight class. Fighting out of the blue corner with a win-loss record of 0-0. By way of Ronin Kickboxing, it's Sam Eldridge. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner by way of Death War with an MMA win-loss record of 1-0 and a Muay Thai kickboxing record of 0-0. Alvaro Cabrera. Your official in the ring, El Padrino.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, both fighters are going to receive their final instructions. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm very much looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen.
Eldridge's got that death stare, huh?
Absolutely does. 2 debuts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, cage doors being sealed up. And here we go.
Eldridge coming out. Oh, this is great.
A lot of fast-paced action. Alvarado going absolutely nuts right now. And Eldridge weathering the storm, fighting back. Landing some knees in the clinch there. Rapid-fire action.
Nice uppercut.
Big uppercut lands from Alvarado.
Oh,
but Eldridge wants it. Eldridge waving him on.
Great level changes, body head, and a spinning back.
Nice spinning back.
Eldridge wants more.
Eldridge wants more. Nice right hand landed there from Alvarado.
Eldridge is weathering this well, though. He's covering up. He's taking the shots. Not too much flush.
Nice inside leg kick there.
Good, starting with the legs.
Nice right.
Oh,
Big
spinning back.
fist. Eldridge is waving everything off like nothing is phasing him right now.
Said it's good to be 18, huh?
Absolutely.
Nice. Oh,
Trying to go
for that
sweep.
trip.
Alvaro landing some nice shots to the body right here.
Alvaro's backing up.
Nice body kick there from Eldridge. Beautiful catch there, and Eldridge standing over Alvaro.
Eldridge's got that mind game going. I have to say this, and when you're throwing everything you got at somebody, and he's just standing there taking it and taking it and taking it and taking it.
What else do you do?
Mentally, that's got to start wearing on
Absolutely.
you. Alvaro's got to start thinking, I throw in a spinning back fist, a spinning kick, body, uppercuts.
Nice level change with the overhand left-right
Eldridge
combo.
his own uppercut.
Big right hand lands there, clinched in with the knees coming in from Eldridge. Nice knees coming in there, and that's the end of the first round.
And Eldridge
wants it. Eldridge is talking smack his game today.
Well, I'll tell you this. He came out dancing, and then Alvaro took him on a two-step, and the next thing you know, Eldridge ate every one of them and said, give me more.
Right.
This young man is game.
Absolutely. I mean, a chin of steel and a will to just keep going. Look at him.
He's mentally checked in for this.
You can see the replay here. It looks like he was just getting teed off on.
He was, actually. I thought he covered more of those than he did, but
completely weathers the storm and starts fighting back. And Alvaro was teeing off. I mean, those shots would have dropped a lot of other fighters.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, how did Eldridge just pure cojones to stand there and eat every one of those? You said that Alvaro's last fight, I believe you said, was a knockout, right?
Yes.
A TKO knockout. So this is knockout power at 155, and Eldridge is eating them like they're crumpets.
Absolutely.
Let's see how this second round, I think Eldridge is getting fired up. Alvaro looks a little winded. He's taking some deep breaths. Let's see how they...
I mean, Alvaro was so active in that first round, I couldn't imagine he's not. Nice lower kick there from Eldridge. One to the body there from Alvaro.
Yeah, they're starting to settle into some more technique now. Oh, that low kick. Now Eldridge wants to... Nice front kick, but he eats it.
Great job catching it from Eldridge. Lands the right hand, but Alvaro gives him two for his trouble. Nice kick to the body there. Alvaro answers one back. So much action going on here between these 155ers, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are going to war right now.
Nice
left hand, catches him out front.
Oh, he just missed on the uppercut.
Narrowly missed that uppercut. Oof. That could have been dangerous. Alvaro going to the body. Eldridge circles out. Nice right hand catches when he goes for the leg.
Yeah, now he's got his hands up. That's where Eldridge, too much of that dancing. Keep those hands up. Don't let him sneak that straight right in there. But then again, why should Eldridge even block him? He's eating them like they're crumpets.
Absolutely.
Look at him. He's trying to push through the ref to get...
Madrino's giving him a little bit of a warning.
Oof. No. Eldridge is going for the fences. Gets the trip.
Inside the final minute. Nice leg kick there from Eldridge.
Well, I'm getting my question answered. All that dancing, and Eldridge is not winded. Look at him, taking the shots. Mouth is still somewhat closed, no deep breaths.
And
he's bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, he's doing a good job blocking most of these shots.
I think it goes back to what you said in the beginning. For an 18-year-old young kid to have the confidence to walk out here, and he's keeping that confidence while he's weathering a storm.
Right.
That's some good coaching and some good mentality.
10 seconds.
Come at it. There he goes, a flying knee.
Both these fighters are looking a little tough. Big spinning kick lands, but Alvaro looks like he landed bad. Everything he
landed bad. Alvaro's emptied the gas tank on this one.
We've got one more round, ladies and gentlemen.
One more, and I'll tell you this, you know, I'm going to keep harping on this one because it's just my passion. But doing a lot of strength and conditioning and weight cutting with these guys, this round 3, 4, 5 is where it becomes very interesting to me. Because now I can tell what you were really doing.
Right.
Were you sneaking some extra soda pop and some Oreos the last Friday? I know it now in round 3. And you can only be so mentally tough before the biological processes of the body start shutting you down.
Right.
And you can see Elridge here. Look at his hips. Left and right, he's moving. He's got a little bump to him.
Right.
No deep breath. The abdominum's tight. Right? Just a little bit of that chest coming up. He's clear-eyed. Alvarez seems a little more winded.
Yeah, Alvaro looks like
I'm sorry, Alvaro. I
Yeah,
apologize.
Alvaro's taking those big, deep breaths.
Yeah,
And we're talking about the standing versus seated.
Exactly, yeah, another standard versus seated.
Yeah, another case scenario here.
So the seated are 2-1 against the standing.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you something. Somebody get a hold of the vigilant matchmaker because he perfectly put the standers and the sitters against each other. We're getting a good test sample.
Right.
All right, round 3, this is going to be it. There's less snap on Cabrado's punches. You see that? Oh, straight. That right down the pipe is going to bother Eldridge. And if Eldridge doesn't start keeping that up.
Big body kick lands there.
Oh, it's straight right by Eldridge.
Alvaro's teeing off, but Eldridge giving him right back. Big left hook lands.
See, Eldridge still got that snap. He's still got lots of gas in the tank.
We've already had a lot of exciting Muay Thai kickboxing action so far tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but right now this one's taking the cake. Big knees in the clinch there. Nice uppercut to the body, though, from Alvaro in the break. Big shots landing there from Alvaro, but Eldridge giving it back. Both fighters landing. Alvaro landed about 4 or 5 unanswered.
He will not back down.
I mean, what a fight.
And now
no
comes
matter which
Cabrado
way
back.
this goes, this has been an absolute war.
This is what Vigilant MMA is all about.
Oh, big front
And
kick,
he
but
eats
Eldridge
it.
caught it.
He said, put butter on that toast and feed it to me. He didn't even blink. Did you see
Final
that?
minute in round 3.
Woo.
Go for the
Spinning back.
back kick, but Eldridge was wise to it, was able to get away.
Oh, his own
Catch
spinning
back
elbow.
fist.
Eldridge's like, I can spin too. What are we doing? Oh, the elbow. Yep, the elbows are coming in tight. Come on, let him fight, let him fight. Alvaro's putting him into the cage.
Nice
Eldridge,
knees.
10 seconds, you got to go off.
10-second marker.
There we go.
Wow. What a fight.
Yeah, I got to stand
What a
up for that
fight.
one. That was a great
What
fight.
a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, every card for Vigilant, there's one fight that is worth the entire pay-per-view price.
Absolutely.
And that was it right there.
I mean, wow.
And let me tell you something, you got an 18-year-old, you know you're going to be seeing him a lot more. And Alvaro, you said, what, first or second fight?
Wow. I mean, yeah, we're talking about Alvaro making his debut in kickboxing. Same thing with Eldridge making his kickboxing debut. Alvaro has only felt this kind of pressure once before in MMA.
Wow.
So, I mean, to see 2 young talents debuting in this discipline who went
Look, Eldridge is still
ballistic.
ready. Eldridge is still ready to dance.
Eldridge
Good
wants
win,
2 more
good
rounds.
cardio.
Eldridge wants 2
I
more
think he's
rounds.
got, yeah, I think he could confidently handle 2 more rounds in his conditioning. Great work by his
Wow.
staff. Great work by his staff.
I can't wait to see the judges' scorecards on this
I
one,
guarantee
ladies
if
and gentlemen.
I guarantee if we tell Eldridge to go sit down and come back in 3 fights and fight again, he probably would.
Wow.
He's like Abanez, right?
I know, yeah. He
These
was
kids
ready
are
to take
something
another
else.
fight. Look at this kid. Wow.
And Alvaro gave him everything, right?
Absolutely.
He emptied the kitchen sink. He threw in the toe cable. I mean,
The
geez.
full 3 rounds. And the winner by split decision, red corner, Alvaro.
Wow. What a win for Alvaro Cabrera.
One hell of a fight.
I don't.
Tell you what, bro, I watch these guys on TV.
I don't.
Brothers, and they don't have a good jiu-jitsu show tonight, man. Tell us how you
I have to be. I have to.
I feel good, so I want to say something. I'm coming back.
Coming back, huh? You want more, man? I tell you what, they're not going to forget your name. And Sam Eldridge, ladies and gentlemen, another name you're going to remember after today. Win or lose, you brought one hell of a fight. Sam, how you feel? How you get up?
I mean,
What a fight.
I'm a little bit speechless after that fight. I mean, I don't know what's going to follow that. Such a performance from 2 debuts is something that doesn't really happen every time.
Let me tell you something. If you're Sam Eldridge or you're that corner, you're that fight team, this is like that locker room poster material you put for the next fight.
Right.
Never leave it in the judge's hands.
Right.
I've never leave it in the judge's hands. If I had to judge that, I would have put Eldridge. Eldridge got probably hit more times, but you gotta, I guess, judging it differently, the damage just wasn't there for me.
Right.
Alvaro, though, threw everything at him, and then I also look, if we had to go 4 or 5 rounds,
right.
I think you see Eldridge really start to dominate. He had the better win.
I mean, we talked about outstanding performance in 2 young men. We have more fights coming on, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we're opening up with some more Muay Thai kickboxing when Marco Gomez goes up against the returning Danelle Harambe Cherry. But from now, a word from our sponsors.
I didn't want to say it. Oh, my God. You know what I like? I can't hear. Nope. Dead. Check, check. Wait, is that you?
They said they'll come over and deliver messages since you can't hear them.
Okay. Yeah, we can't hear them at all.
Not anymore.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, a friendly reminder, there is no photos or video allowed inside the building during the event unless you're a member of the press. Y'all ready to see the next fight? Make some noise out there. All right, I'm glad to see y'all getting liquored up. This next fight is in a 265-pound weight class in the style of mixed martial arts. Blue corner, Sean Weisenberg.
I'm in this motherfucker now, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Show you how we do this shit, nigga. I'll start off at the body, and we gon' bust this bitch head. We gon' take it to the body.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and talking about Sean
Yeah, I
Weisenberger.
can't hear either. Can you hear us? We can't hear each other. Just talk anyway. That's gonna be it.
So Sam Weisenberger is representing Valhalla MMA, and I was taking a look at him before. Currently undefeated, 1-0 as an MMA fighter. He won his debut fight not too long ago by a second-round knockout. The guy he went up against was actually a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So somebody who was really experienced in grappling. And I actually saw a picture of the guy he went up against, and he looked like the big, strong boss bad guy at the end of a movie. I mean, Just an absolute beast of a human that this guy went up against and knocked him out clean in the second round. And we're talking about a big weight class here, ladies and gentlemen, 265 pounds.
Yeah, this is going to be a nice banger when the big boys get in there.
And we were talking about entrance songs.
I was about to say this might be. I was thinking the same thing. Actually, while we have a minute, I just want to throw out a shout out to Gracie Barra fight team in Kissimmee. I've been training with them. What an amazing lineage. They're all out competing today. My professor Igor is at an age where most people aren't.
His opponent fighting in the Team Reaper red corner, Antonin McCullum.
You know, and to see that fight team did great in the Pan Am tournament a couple weeks ago, and then they were out in Nashville, Tennessee, and now they're unexpectedly heading out. So to Professor and Coach, good luck to you guys out there. I'm repping my Gracie Barra shirt for you guys to support.
Yes,
I hope you're doing great. And I know they're going to wind up buying some of these pay-per-views and listening, so. Uh-oh.
And here we go. Another big one making his way down. Antoine McCollum making his debut here today in MMA, representing Gracie Brandon.
And a big thank you to Ryan and a lot of his guys for, you know, they spend hours walking through the same thing, making sure the smoke machines work. You know, I've worked with different promotions across different states, and the quality of the show, the quality that these amateur kids get to have a platform to work on.
Absolutely.
So many hours going in. Like, I see you here hours beforehand going over your stuff. If you guys don't know, he's got this long cheat sheet of all these things he's been working on. Very cerebral. You got guys like Ryan and Team Reaper out here with his son. 4 or 5 hours testing the video audio equipment. Our guys doing audio visual. People don't understand when you're a matchmaker and you're doing these last minute changes, you know, guy drop out and you're making sure that happens, everything else becomes susceptible to error. Mics don't work, this doesn't work, and the way the staff is always constantly.
There's a lot of moving parts behind the scenes. There's a lot of people that are attached to the team that are in control of so many different things, and everything is almost up until the air until that first bell rings.
Exactly.
And a special thank you to everybody in the Vigilant MMA crew who made this event possible, from setting up chairs all the way through audio equipment, all the way to being a referee.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner by way of Valhalla MMA, with a win-loss record of 1-0, it's Sean Weissenberger. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner by way of Gracie Brandon, with a win-loss record of 0-0, Antoine McCullum. Your official in the ring is El Padrino.
Both fighters are going to receive final instructions. And as mentioned before, Weisenberger is somebody who has the knockout power. And I mean, when you talk the 265-pound weight division, the heavyweights, every strike has the power to be a knockout
I don't
strike.
think people understand the difference at heavyweight because there's such a wide range of weight that a heavyweight can be. I work with the CFFC's undefeated champ, Greg Velasco. Putting him through a workout might be one of the most exhausting things. And I'm just moving his weights on and off the machine. Right? So I can only imagine, you know, the guys that hold the pads for him.
Right.
They come out bruised with body pads.
Have to. Both fighters.
And you can just feel the cage moving, right?
There.
You can feel the cage shaking and moving when these big boys go down.
Beautiful job transitioning to back, and there's going to be some big shots, heavy shots raining down. Does a good job controlling the sprawl there from Weisenberger.
Weisenberger is nice.
Weisenberger securing a takedown, 1-1 now. Does a good job trying to secure the back, but
keeps his hips and
beautiful.
And he gets him into full mount. Great roll by Weisenberg. Stuck with it, kept his hips low.
There was a lot of back and forth in that there, but
now Weisenberg is just looking to rain down some pain.
Tries to take the back. He's going for that rear naked choke. That might be.
McCollum's got to tuck that neck. He's got to tuck that. Nope.
Does a good job getting out of that, trying to shake him off, and he's going to stand up.
Now that is a 265-pound load
Wow.
on your back.
I mean, that's a strong man right there. Just like you
McCollum
said.
takes that. No, Weisenberger took that big breath after that. You see that? McCollum's got the mouthpiece hanging out. He's got to put that back in. That's not a great sign. Smiling at each other. These are some big boys. There goes McCollum driving him. Ooh.
Straight into the cage.
He saw the
we gotta be
whole
careful.
cage
Left
move with
there
these.
for the guillotine.
Oh, he went right into it.
He's trying to do his best to get out of that and breathe, but
you know,
Weisenberger's cranking a little bit.
he is cranking on a bit. Anyone coming out of a Gracie studio, you know they're going to handle that guillotine okay, you know? So he's breathing. He's got his hand in there. Weisenberg spending a lot of energy on this.
McCollum's got to do something here.
McCollum's got the
Giving him
thumbs
a
up.
thumbs up.
He's got the thumbs up.
He's good.
I don't think he's got the wrist into the neck.
No, it's not. It's not all the way in there.
He's
It
not
looks like
deep
doing
in
a
there.
good
Yeah,
job.
he's on the jaw.
It's definitely uncomfortable, but it's not threatening. Looks like he's cranking a little bit now. He's being very, very patient.
There he goes. He used that cage beautifully.
It still might be in. He's not out of the woods just yet.
But he's got to get his hips out, and he's got to. There he goes.
Great
now he's
job.
Out.
Great job there from McCollum to get out of that cinch.
Way to keep his cool.
Wow. Big shots coming
now
down
he's raining
now
down
from
some pain
McCollum.
himself. Woo!
Wow.
Oh, I can feel those rip shots. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are cage side, whoa.
Just the thud of those heavy shots on the ribs.
Look at him go.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. If I had to sell tickets to this event.
Nice right hand.
Oh, and he puts him down. The bell
right
saves
at
it.
the end of the round.
Great action by some heavyweights. I was going to say, if I had to sell tickets to this event, the way I would sell it, Weisenberg, okay, his corner, Weisenberg's stool falls. They got him back up. If I had to sell tickets for this event, that's what I would tell you. You sit ringside, and you're going to feel, or cage side, you're going to feel those punches. We can feel them reverberating when these big guys fight. You can see the cage move. It's an experience that you don't always get at some of those bigger events. Weisenberg looks like he's having some trouble getting his breath.
Weisenberger's not looking too hot right now. But we can't forget, as I mentioned earlier, the knockout that he earned in his debut came in the second round. And it came against a much bigger opponent on top of that. So I'm really interested to see in what he's been doing since then. If this is...
I'll tell you something, I don't like this. I don't like how much he's sucking wind at this. Someone did not put...
It seems like he's vomiting. I'm not sure.
Is he? He could be coming out. Let me tell you something. Someone is either overtraining him or they're not working on him properly for cardio. Because there's no way. I mean, well, let's be honest. That was one hell of an action-packed round for heavyweight.
I was going to say at the same time.
That was a fast pace.
I'm about to say we can't discount the fact that.
Yeah, that was an extremely fast pace. Both these guys put it on each other.
Yeah, no, we can't discount the fact that for about 2 of the 3 minutes.
It was nonstop.
Weisenberger was trying to cinch in that
choke. Yeah.
So exerting that strength and that energy the entire time for that minute and a half straight 2 minutes. I mean, you can't expect him to not be tired.
Well, you're in an isometric hold that has just got the body and every joint locked. He's got his back hyperextended, trying to get that in deep. That is a full body squeeze, and don't realize how exhausting that is.
Right. To the normal, not so avid fan of MMA, it might just look like they're laying on the ground.
Look at those
in the
bruises
meantime,
on
you can see the welts from those
big
shots.
Those were from punches.
Those were those big thudding shots that we saw coming down after.
Buy cage side tickets so you can feel.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
that punch.
Not here, but feel them.
Now look at this. McCollum just don't
off
want
on
to
the body.
stop.
McCollum shoving him off, giving him more shots to the body.
And he's got him.
Weisenberger tried to go for the hip toss, but ends up getting dragged himself. McCollum raining down more shots. Looks like he's trying to go for that rear naked choke. He's trying to lock in. Swings around, tries to take the back.
And, McCollum's going to roll him out.
Wow, McCollum did a nice job rolling out of that one. Excuse me, Weisenberger.
Weisenberger, correct. Weisenberger's getting a little loose.
Weisenberger spent. McCollum.
Yeah, he's getting, his eyes are going a little bit. McCollum needs a.
If McCollum needs a well-timed shot, this could be it.
Yes. And there's
big
one
right
of them.
hand. This could be the beginning of the end, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to secure the takedown, but snuffed
by McCollum. Weisenberger's in trouble here.
Weisenberger's just gassed. He's flattened out himself. That's over.
That's it.
That's over.
That's the end of the fight. That's the end of the fight. What a finish.
Great job by the ref. Great job by the ref, sacrificing his body before somebody got hurt.
We need some. Weisenberger needs some help here. What a finish there from Antwin McCollum. That big right hand hurt Weisenberger.
Weisenberger's gas bad. Yeah, that big right hand was rough. Lots of emotions running high. Look at the referee, form tackle, almost a nice single leg into full guard.
This is a little bit of a scary view here, though,
It
ladies
is.
and
He's
gentlemen.
bleeding a little bit. He might have busted his nose.
He's bleeding a bit. He's getting checked on by the doctors and EMTs.
So you want to be an MMA fighter, huh?
This is the reality of the sport, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the most dynamic, most exhausting, biggest physical test of a sport that exists. And I think you just saw it right there. It is a 265-pound monster for 2-3 minutes nonstop going at each other.
I mean, let's talk about the first round real quick. Weisenberger seemed like he was a little bit more in control.
More technical, more in control.
It seemed like he was more present. And then we saw them go to the ground, and we saw Weisenberger start to perform well on the ground. He did a really good job in his transition. We saw him go to cinch-in that guillotine originally in the standing position, and he fought on it for a long time. We thought that was going to be the end of it. But then here, as we came into the second round.
This is, Weisenberger, this rolling around is just great. He's kept his hips. He got back on top. He really looked like he had the better jiu-jitsu, the better ground game. And these guys were rolling around like they're 155ers.
No, absolutely.
And look at that. He wants to bring that pain down, give him a little payback. We're going to sign you up for a fight next with that single leg. Hey, but that's what you got to do, man. Yeah, that's what you got to do. I think for ladies, see, that was great. See the way McCollum used the cage properly.
This is a moment that we
that
were
was
talking
great.
about.
Yep.
Weisenberger's just exerting all this energy the entire time, just trying to crank on that
I
neck.
think there, Weisenberger needed to have pulled that guard faster and tried to take him out on the bottom. Standing like that was too exhausting for him. And I think for ladies and gentlemen that get a little worried, I really do believe what you're going to see here is Weisenberger is just gassed and exhausted more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about being
Look at his abdomen, right?
Heaving, trying to catch his breath.
He left everything out there.
So now imagine, ladies and gentlemen, imagine you are at your most exhausted point. You cannot get air into your lungs. Your body does not want to go on. So imagine that. Now, put a 265-pound man
laying on top of you,
doing his best to try and put you out.
Yeah.
Punching you in the face repeatedly.
Yeah. Oh, it's just not even, this is why, I had a great opportunity to work for over a year and a half with the CFFC heavyweight champ.
Here we go.
Here he goes. Good job. Great job. Great job. Great job by the EMT staff. Yeah, you're just seeing him more gassed than anything else.
Yeah, a little bit of a scary sight.
Great job by the EMT
McCollum's a little
staff.
dizzy, but he's standing under his own power. They're still examining him bit by bit. He's definitely going to need some good rest tonight. Again, a scary scene, but I'm very, very glad to see Sean Weisenberger up and standing under his own power. He's walking around.
Yeah, he's walking fine. And it looks scary from the outside, but understand there's certain medical protocols. We will not let the fighter get up. The MCs will check him.
Absolutely.
Their safety is paramount in this promotion.
There's
and you're seeing it right now, great sportsmanship. Weisenberger has the senses back. But I was saying this before, working with heavyweight fighters, you don't realize the conditioning. This is what happens when your conditioning is poor, right? All that power, all that gas goes out. And
ladies and gentlemen, your winner with 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining in the third round. By knockout, the red corner,
I mean, what a finish to a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
What a fight, the whole thing.
What a fight.
They pushed a pace that Eldridge and Caballero pushed
at
155.
You guys came out there like caged animals, man. You were just absolutely insane. I've never seen guys your size move like that.
Well, no, I'm just happy to
gonna
young
see
man.
you again real soon or what? Just the beginning, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you winner, Antoine McCollum.
It's hard to think these are amateurs. It just hit me. These are two heavyweight amateurs moving at a pro pace. I mean, it's
I'll tell you
great
what,
talent.
not only is he an amateur, my friend, this is a debut fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to find this guy's Instagram, and you're going to want to follow him. And don't sleep on Weisenberger. I think if Weisenberger had the proper conditioning
Right.
and maybe let go of that guillotine a little bit sooner, because when they were on the ground, Weisenberger was rolling him around. He was getting up dominant position. He was more technical in the beginning.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw
He just
the
lost his-
performance he gave in the first round, and that performance was impeccable.
Oh, it was great. It was great. He was dominating. And I think, it speaks to, like, where these amateurs can start to round out their games, that cardio conditioning. Like you said, and you made that point, you have a 265 pound, you're exhausted, you can't breathe, maybe your nose is broken, you can't get one nostril open, and then lay a 265 pound trained killer on top of you.
Right.
And, this is not about instincts anymore. This is how well did you condition yourself?
Right.
How well did you prepare for this? Because it's mental, it's physical, it's physiological. It is just a great all-around sport.
I
And
mean,
that was
yeah,
a hell of a
it's
fight.
something that tests literally every part,
Every aspect
of a person's ability. It tests every little bit, every single
We're
thing.
going to take a 5-song intermission for you. Give you one more chance to hit the bathroom, grab you a quick simmer, and get you an ice-cold beverage from the bar. We have soft drinks, hard drinks, and your next fight coming right up.
We have a quick break coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, but do not go anywhere. We're going to be returning with some more kickboxing action. As I mentioned before, there's a little bit of a switch up in the card, but now coming up next, we have Marco Gomez going up against Danelle Harambe Cherry. So I want to talk a little bit about Danelle while we have a minute. This is a fighter who has been undefeated in kickboxing and in MMA. Not only has he been undefeated, every single one of those victories were a finish. He has either knocked his opponent out or he has submitted his opponent every single time.
I love that.
He has never let a fight go to decision. So that kind of power, that kind of finishing ability is scary. To see somebody come in like that and finish those fights so consistently every single time, I mean, it's got to be something that Marco Gomez has got to be even slightly intimidated.
Yeah, I'll say this. When I see that happening, you know you got a guy with killer instinct.
Right.
Right? You know you got a guy who's going to come in and just go nuts. So we're going to take a quick break, listen to a few things, and then we'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, go pop the popcorn because you haven't even, you've seen something and you haven't seen anything yet. We got some
I know,
great
ladies
stuff.
and gentlemen, we have so many fights coming your way. Marco Gomez, Danelle Cherry, and that's not even including the gold that's up for grabs later tonight.
I almost forgot we have a championship fight
We
still
sure
left.
do. For your main event, do not go anywhere, ladies and
I got to
gentlemen.
go get some food.
I'd rather concentrate. I'm stacking my pants. I am the creep that be flowing. Y'all bitches be trying to snorkel till I'm splashing harass. I am Mr. Rippers. If it's any beat, I rip it. It's a meal, I eat it. I just got nutrition. When I rap, it's fitness. Going past the limit. RPM from engine. If you are not. It ain't a problem. I do it. this. Like your girl saw your messaging list. I know niggas can't help it but shit, so I got a private screen when I'm texting the bitch. Deep within my flow, I feel like I am Marvel. How my chest is glowing, I am Tony Stark, and I can turn a certain class into a party. Charging at the door when they show I'm target. I can take attendance cause I have admittance. With a secret clearance, no appearance hidden. I can feel the tension, know the consequences. When you pull a villain, ain't gon' be no chillin'. I put a mask on my mic, not a filter cause it sounds sicker. If I get on your song, everybody on it need a doctor visit. I get the job done like a steak on the grill, you can try some. My verses are rock stones that be sliding off the cliff that you drive on. If it's an object, I'll do it. It ain't a problem, I'll do it. You try to stop, I'll do it. Don't try to block me, I'll do it. I am a Spartan, I'll do it. I run through it, I run through it. I'm moving like Tarzan, I'll do it. I run through it, I run through it. If it's an object, I'll do it. It ain't a problem, I'll do it. You try to stop, I'll do it. Don't try to block me, I'll do it. I am a Spartan, I'll do it. I run through it, I run through it. I'm moving like Tarzan, I'll do it. I run through it, I run through it.
Once again, need all judges cage side, please. All judges cage side. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to give a shout out to our EMS personnel on scene today. We thank you guys for being here, saving lives. Once again, give it up for the EMS in the building today. Once again, judges ringside, please. All judges ringside. Also, the medical personnel, cage side. Medical personnel, cage side, please.
The first round, I remember that.
I'm waiting for it.
We'll see this one.
I know.
Sir, you training Gracie? Sir? You training Gracie? Oh, you
Yeah.
have the Gracie?
I go to Gracie Barra in Kissimmee.
Kissimmee?
In Kissimmee, yeah.
With the little Brazilian. Don't say the name. Oh. Damn.
Igor.
Igor. I know, Igor.
I didn't know.
You guys ready to see your next fight?
My fighter from New York told me to go
I can't hear you.
I didn't know. He's
That's
the
what
son
I'm
of
talking
Carlos
about.
Gracie
This
Sr.
fight will be in the style of Muay Thai kickboxing, the 195-pound weight class. Out of the NPC Credit Repair Blue Corner, Marco Gomez.
I was born over there. What I do, I'm a bounty hunter. That's what I do for a living. I want to be your assistant. I've been doing that for 27 years.
Oh, we gotta talk. All right. I think I just found my new favorite song. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I want to talk old school, back it in. Let me begin. Here we go.
Marco Gomez is coming all the way from Kansas City, Missouri, representing Warriors Academy. He's had 2 fights so far as a kickboxer. So far, 500. He's 1-1. He has had 1 fight in MMA where he unfortunately fell short.
You know, I love how Vigilant is going out and finding talent, not down the street, 5 hours away in Miami, 2 states away. You know, this is just great. You're getting at an amateur level exposure to fighters that you need to, because when you go up to that pro level, they start pulling fighters in from different countries, different places.
Right.
You're not getting the tape, you're not getting the film. How do you adjust? How do you run your training camp? And for Vigilant to keep pulling people from different states and different areas at an amateur level is phenomenal.
And his opponent fighting out of the Team Reaper red corner, Danelle Cherry.
Oh, so Cherry's a Reaper fighter.
Yeah, Danelle Cherry is well known in Vigilant MMA. If you weren't here with us during the break, just a little background on Harambe, Danelle Cherry here. Danelle Cherry's representing Inferno MMA. And you see him tailed and cornered.
Yeah, he came out to Biggie. I don't know what to say. Now I got a new favorite. I don't know. You can't top Biggie. You can't do it.
Absolutely not. Cherry is looking like he's in fantastic shape, and he is ready to go in this one.
I just want some hot water for my fucking coffee. They like eat my stomach. I can't do it.
So Danelle Cherry is represented by Inferno MMA. You'll see him tailed and cornered by the legendary Crafton Wallace, head of the Wallace family, also there. Master Chief Marcellus Wallace and Malcolm Wallace, who we mentioned is going to be competing for the 170-pound title in June. But right now we're focused on the men they call Harambe. Danelle Cherry, undefeated, 2-0 in kickboxing, undefeated, 3-0 in MMA. An interesting fact about Danelle here, he has finished every single fight he has entered. Both of his kickboxing bouts victories came by way of knockout. All 2 of his MMA finishes came by way of knockout, and 1 finish came by way of rear naked choke. No fighter has made it past the 2nd round with this man. Not one. He's stepped inside the cage with 5 so far, and not one of them has made it past the 2nd round.
Oh, that is a great sign when you're looking at a fight. His competitor's just staring at him right out that cage. He's mad and he's got a mullet and he is ready to go. Yeah, Cherry's looking a lot more chiseled than he did in his fight picture, right? He's looking nice and thick.
Absolutely. Cherry always shows up in fantastic shape.
And we have our exquisite ring girl coming in fantastic shape, Maya.
Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, by way of Warriors Academy, Kansas City, with an MMA record of 0-1 and a kickboxing kickboxing record of 1-1 is Marco Gomez. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner with an MMA record of 3-0 and a kickboxing record of 2-0 by way of Inferno MMA, Janelle Cherry Jr. Your official is El Patrino.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving forward with some more kickboxing. Danelle Cherry in the red, Gomez in the blue. Both fighters are going to be receiving final instructions. Marco Gomez is staring in the eyes of a man who's ranked number 8 out of all the fighters in his weight class in the state of Florida and number 17 of 450 fighters in the Southeast region.
That is some talent. Harambe is carrying a lot of thick muscle. I want to see how this goes on.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen the power of his in MMA with his takedowns and just his aggression in that area.
Oh.
Opening up with a Superman punch.
Superman kick or punch.
Danelle bobbing and weaving. I don't think Danelle's even been hit
a little out of
once
control,
yet.
Yeah.
Nice knees in the clinch
Lock
there.
up.
Going for a head
Danelle's
kick.
got to get himself under control. He's throwing too much, too fast. He's getting light off his feet. But his head movement's great.
No, absolutely.
That head movement's nice, huh? Nice little jab, low kick. Oh, that uppercut looks nasty.
Nice knees here from Cherry. Big right hand lands in the exchange with the uppercut coming right after. Nice leg kick.
Harambe's throwing with some bad intentions. Got the leg. Just a reminder, this is a kickboxing match. That's why he didn't take him down with that leg.
Big right hand landing from Cherry.
Let me tell you something, that right hook, that right uppercut, he wants to land that. See that?
What's so scary about Cherry, the way he plants and rotates before he throws that uppercut, he's throwing his entire body weight into that uppercut. It's terrifying. It's almost Mike Tyson-esque.
Yeah,
the way
I
he's
can see that.
able to bob and weave, come back around with that kind of plant rotation.
See,
I mean, it's terrifying.
Now he's settling down, and you're seeing that nice rotation, right?
You are.
There you
Big right hand, nice uppercut, sticks right between the gloves.
But Gomez is staying right in the pocket, right? Not backing up. He's walking him down. They're still glancing blows.
Ten seconds. Nice left hand comes up straight. Solid right hook. Gomez lands a nice couple shots against the cage.
That's some great head movement. Let me tell you something, Cherry.
Danelle Cherry, I mean, man, just like you said, that head movement is just impeccable. The timing, the speed. I mean, we're watching a high-performing fighter right now. And like I was saying,
he was a little upset with himself. You see that?
Yeah.
He knows. He went off too fast, too strong, too fury, got super excited. But you know what? When you got that killer instinct. Right? It kind of, now his coach is doing the right thing. He's setting him down. He's working him over a little bit.
Yeah,
he's got Wallace in his corner, which is a great person to have in your corner.
We're seeing a lot of that head movement on display right here in the replay. I mean, watch this.
Look at this.
You can see Danelle fighting forward here, putting a lot of pressure on Gomez.
Gomez is covering nice. He's not getting scared. He's not exposing himself. Covering up. I think Cherry needs to work that jab a little bit.
Right.
And I think you're going to see him open up for that nasty uppercut he wants to land. And it's going to be very interesting to see what Gomez wants to do here. He's just covering up. He's not really reacting too much. He's throwing a couple punches or kicks to keep him off, but nothing really is a combination set, no setups. It kind of just feels like he's weathering the storm.
Right.
Maybe to exhaust him. Give us a little...
opening up with the Superman punch again. Scary uppercuts just narrowly missing there.
Well, when you speak about Mike Tyson, when you have that shorter body frame with all that muscle, those hooks and those uppercuts are some of the power punches that body typing has. See that? Ooh. But it's too short. He's got to be really tight inside to land that.
Right.
He's dropping his hands, mouth's open. Not a good sign.
Nice uppercut.
Gomez is still just waiting forward.
I mean, Donnell Cherry is so impressive to watch with the head movement. It's
Yeah, when he
something I
backs
can't
himself
get
up against the cage, right? It's almost, I don't want to say the great name, but it's almost that rope-a-dope style, right?
Right.
He's leaning against the cage.
Nice right
He
hand.
loves that uppercut. He loves a Superman punch. 3 of them.
Nice leg kick there.
Yeah.
And I mean, just raining down shots at any given chance. Any given opportunity, Donnell's firing off, and he's landing.
I'd love to see him pop that jab just a little bit more and set that hook up. Yeah. He loves that uppercut. Oh, that looks nasty. Oh.
Nice left hand lands there from Gomez.
So now we start seeing if that was the strategy of Gomez. Let him tire himself out, let him throw the best he's got, and then start looking at the openings to throw. See? Now he's looking for him. Clench up in the knee. There it is. Clench up in the knee. Now, even though that's not hitting his body.
Nice uppercut.
Even though it's not hitting his body, when it's hitting the hands, it's exhausting you.
10 seconds. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this is interesting.
You see, it's going to be very interesting. If you actually are looking close to Cherry, he's very not happy with himself each round. He's saying,
So this is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. If you heard me earlier, I was mentioning that Donnell Cherry has never been past the second round with an opponent.
Very interesting.
So this is going to be a first time an opponent has made it past the second round with Cherry, but this is also going to be the first time that we're going to see Cherry in the third round. So I'm really
now we're going to find out. Like I said, I love these third rounds. Let's see how good your strength and conditioning and your cut went. How good was your strength and conditioning? Are you ready to go to war in round 3? Are you taking big gasping breaths? Are you dropping your hands because you're too tired?
Right.
So it's going to be interesting. Now he's carrying all that muscle on him. I mean, this is a guy who could probably fight a weight class or 2 under.
Right.
And you see the power. Now it's interesting. Will he keep that power in the third round? Or has Gomez whittled him down and made him exhaust himself? Because you saw there at the end, Gomez started giving it to him more, started being a little bit more of the aggressor.
So now here's the thing, too. For Gomez, in this third round, with as active and as cohesive that Donnell Cherry has been in the first 2 rounds, I mean, he has to get a finish in this third round. If not, it goes to decision, and most likely Cherry walks away with the victory. I mean, so decisively in charge.
Well, after seeing the Eldridge fight, I'm not happy leaving anything in the judges' hands, and I think
Big
that's
shots to the body.
Great, they're coming out. I think that's what Gomez has to think. I can't leave it in the judges' hands. I need to go for that knockout.
Right.
But Cherry's not letting up.
I'm about to say Cherry probably has the same thing in mind, not wanting to leave it up to the judges.
They're right up against us now. We're seeing these guys go. Oh, that looked a little...
He wanted that Superman punch, but he got caught with a kick.
I will say, Gomez does a nice cover-up.
Nice left.
Trading jabs. Got to give it to Gomez. He's taking a lot of punches, and he's not backing down. He's not moving away.
Big leg kick. Nice leg kick again. Lands solid from Cherry, ducking the left.
More good head movement with Cherry. Under a minute.
I'd be curious to see Donnell Cherry in just standard boxing.
I was about to say the same thing.
Just these heavy hands and all the
heavy
head
hands and
movement
great head move. Yeah.
Nice right hand.
Yeah, he's just throwing onto him. We got 30 seconds left. Someone's got to make a move.
Nice left. Nice left hand lands, but Donnell's not phased.
Still coming.
Knee in the middle from Gomez. Big knee comes up from Gomez again. Donnell's looking a little bit tired right now. Big right hand lands in the uppercut. Right,
loves that uppercut.
Another one to the body. Right
too.
hook to the head. Another big right.
Oh, and Gomez is giving it back. Oh, just a little too late.
And Donnell looks disappointed in himself.
He looked disappointed each round, and I think that's important for fighters to, like, you know, they have a saying in football for quarterbacks, right? Like, you got to have a short-term memory.
Right.
You got to let that round go. You got to let your coaches speak to you, and you've got to, right, like mentally come out focused and positive.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Don't get down on yourself. The body hears the words you're saying to it. Don't get down on yourself. I think it's because, I mean, Cherry looked like he was coming out to take his head off. I mean, it was just aggression
you're
and
talking
power
about
and
overall
nastiness.
Yeah, you're talking about overall strike output. You're talking about significant strikes. I mean, you got to give it to Cherry in that stance.
Yeah, I'd give it. I think strategically playing, you know, hindsight 2020, if Cherry had that explosion towards the end of the first round and then brought that explosion at the beginning of the second round, they timed that cardio outburst better. Right. You would have seen him mow through, because Gomez seemed like his plan was to let me see if he'll wear himself out. Let me just shell up, and then find some openings here and there, which wasn't bad, and I think is maybe a better strategy on a 4 or 5 round fight. But Cherry, like you said, maybe that's what his coach thought. Hey, this guy's never been past the second round.
Right.
Hey, he knocks everybody out.
Right.
Let him burn himself out, and round 3 will come out. And you saw at the end of round 3, Gomez started coming as the aggressor, but just
it
a
was
little.
just too late.
Yeah.
And we're gonna collect the judges' scorecards. Waiting for our official decision. Looks like we have it. Let's send you up now to Wild Bill for the official announcement of our winner.
After a full 3 rounds, your judging scorecards reveal a split decision. For the winner, out of the red corner,
I think that was appropriate.
A big
fight to now, man. How do you feel after that one? It feels like chicken over here. What's the next stop, man? Do you think you got a title fight coming up in the future? What, you're 3-0 now in MMA, or 3-0 in MMA and 3-0 in kickboxing?
There's a lot more room to grow. So I'm just sticking out for a little longer. And these 3 senseis right here. Help me get to that next level.
So it's your family at Inferno that take good care of you. Give it up, everybody. Donnell Cherry, your winner. How do you feel after that fight? We got Marco Gomez here. Marco, how you feel, man?
I feel pretty good. I just got to work on my conditioning. That's about it.
You look good. If you could have done anything different, what would you have done?
Throw my hands more and probably show up on time, but it's okay.
Give it up once again, Marco Gomez, ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse the bad joke, but it seems like Team Inferno is on fire tonight. I had to. Coach Blaze is the one name. They got some good guys on this card.
Absolutely, and I mean, what a performance again from Donnell Cherry, moving on to now 3-0 undefeated MMA and 3-0 undefeated in kickboxing. What a performance, taking the victory home. The first time it's had to go to decision for him, but still not letting it take away the victory. We're going to be moving on now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going on to our featured bout of the evening. We have actually our youth Muay Thai kickboxing division is going to be on display twice again this evening. First with this one, Christian Vasquez going up against Sebastian Ibat. Sebastian is a 16-year-old fighter making his debut representing freestyle Muay Thai. Restrepo Vasquez is a 17-year-old fighter, and he's representing Gracie Tampa headquarters.
And I wanted to say something here. One of the great things about a vigilant card is you're going to see Muay Thai, you're going to see kickboxing, you're going to see MMA, you're going to see youth. One of the things about MMA and kickboxing.
Who wants a t-shirt? Y'all make some noise out there.
Is there's no high school, elementary, college leagues. So this is where.
Let's give it up for your ring girl, everybody!
You know, so if promotions like Vigilant don't have these youth programs for these kids to fight in, there's no elementary school, there's no high school, there's no leagues. Like, it's promotions like Vigilant that run a professional presentation with young kids that can experience this.
Right.
And the thing I would note, if you're watching at home and you hear things like featured bout, co-main event. Starting 7-1 with our association sponsored with Harley Davidson and some other bigger names we'll be announcing soon. You can actually be a company and contribute to the community in these youth featured bouts by sponsoring them.
Absolutely.
And this is important because there is no government assistance to elementary schools, high schools, colleges, universities to have a program for these kids to grow under. So if not for companies that are for profit, that are out there putting their sponsorships, their financial well-being to have these promotions, have these shows, these kids wouldn't have anywhere to fight.
Right.
So this is a great opportunity if you're, especially if you're a local-based company, to have your name associated with a young sport, to have it, the so-and-so co-main event, the so-and-so featured bout. You're really helping out a lot of young kids. You're helping out a lot of young athletes that normally wouldn't get that exposure.
No, absolutely. I mean, it carves a path for a bright future when you have such discipline and such an ability to stick to something at a young age, something like this where it takes so much passion, so much discipline, so much consistency.
And I think it teaches so much respect.
Absolutely.
Every one of our fights, you do not see these guys smiling and hugging each other after they went to war. There's a certain amount of respect that comes to that because they know where the line is. They know how hard the opponent had to work to get there. They've kind of been somewhat together along this journey. And I think if you're a company out there and you're looking to get involved locally with some sports, this is where you want to be sponsoring an event. Like I said, 7-1, we're going to be announcing a great partnership with Harley Davidson. We're also going to be doing a charity event for, as you know, Vigilant's very supportive. We work with Battle Buds. We work with 1620 Marine. There's a lot of different things we're doing with vets. That Harley Davidson is actually be a fundraiser for Mental Joe, which raises money to pay for vets with PTSD to have 100% of their therapy covered.
That's a beautiful thing.
So Brandon behind Vigilant is always working within a community to make sure veterans are taken care of.
Absolutely.
So if you're a company out there, you're really missing the boat on sponsoring one of our events and helping the young kids and veterans in your community. Just like Sebastian and Christian here, these kids, what would they be doing if not fighting on Vigilant for the weekend? So it's a great opportunity for a company, a great opportunity for young athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're talking about making a difference in people's lives. I mean, just as you mentioned, everybody from the youth, the young men that are going to be, the adults, the next people in our generation.
The next Black Clover.
Yeah, the next Black Clover, the next people who are going to go on to the pro fight leagues. This is the future of fighting right here, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the thing. You see a youth Muay Thai kickboxing matchup. We've had competitors as young as 12 years old before fighting on these cards. And people look at the card and think, well, I see these heavyweight MMA fighters, I see some welterweight fights, and they see 12-year-olds on the card and they're confused. And they're like, why am I going to watch some kids fight? But at the end of the night, when those 12-year-old, and I give heavy air quotes to kids, come in here and tear it up, there's a whole new respect given to those 12-year-olds, and I feel bad for anybody that wants to bully them in school because, my God, I have seen some stellar performances put on from these kids. Well, I'm talking about kids like Sebastian and Christian, talking about like Kota Shuto in the main event. Colin Walker was another one who's put on a stellar performance.
And another thing about these young kids, if you're a company out there and you really want to support these kids, because it's not only teaching them respect and discipline, and they understand how to deal with hard times in their life. This is what sports and MMA does. But you can actually, like right now, if you're not seeing us, we have our ring girl throwing out a lot of merchandise.
Right.
If you're a company and you want to sponsor us, you can have your logo of your company on the ring girl, on the ring cards. You can sponsor one of the fighters.
Right.
Help pay for their medicals. Help pay for their people understand some of these times like jiu-jitsu, $100, $200 a month. Kickboxing, $100, $200 a month. Strength and conditioning coach, $200. Then the travel, this place, that place. You don't realize it's one of the more expensive sports out there.
There's so much that goes into it.
And it's like I said, if you're a company out there and you want to, in the MMA community, a lot of our fan base are big into motorcycles, outdoors, health and fitness and supplements. If you're a company like that, if you're a company that wants to access that market, there's not a more captive audience than Vigilant and the families and the athletes that support it. So, young guys like Sebastian and Christian you're seeing, like we want to get more of them exposure. And what you said is having them on a card with a 265 MMA guy who's 5-0, that helps them see that future.
Right.
Don't get in trouble. Keep your grades good. Show respect to your parents. Show respect to your community. And when this guy, Sebastian, is 30, you know what he's going to do? come back and find the next Sebastian who's 12 and
Right.
say, hey, maybe my company should support you.
Right.
What Vigilant's doing in the grassroots section of this, post-COVID, is just phenomenal. I mean, Brandon's taken the company, kept it alive. Used to have a lot of pros. Now we're one of the premier amateur shows. I mean, like I said, I've come down from the Northeast, where we're very confident in how we are up in the Northeast. But I've seen this show run smoother than some of the pro events out there. And so for these kids, like you said, when you're looking at why would you put a 12-year-old with a 20-year-old? It's because it allows that kid to sit in the back room, get taped.
Right.
It's almost seeing your local hero, And
it's really seeing your goals ahead of you. It's seeing what you're working for, and it's helping you envision those kind of goals that you want to work towards. And I mean, it kind of puts everybody on a level playing field too, because it gives these kids an opportunity to come out here and showcase on the same platform that these people who were 25, 30 years old have been working at. And it gives everybody a chance to showcase hard work. And that's what gets them here is their hard work. It's not chance. It's not who they know. It's not about, I'm going to want to get you in because of popularity. No, it's because these kids have worked just as hard as our main carders, as hard as our main eventers. They've worked just as hard as the well-known names in here, like a Danelle Cherry, just like anybody else that's on his card. They've earned the right to be here.
Yeah, and when you have a kid like one of these young kids, so when Black Clover was coming out of Vigilant, there was a 12-year-old on the card who's probably now 15, 17 saying, man, I shared a room with the guy on the UFC page. That is, you don't get that in football. You're not going to get a 12-year-old.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your featured bout of the afternoon?
I love that.
This fight sponsored by Battle Buds, Team Reaper, and NPC Credit Repair. Fighting out in the blue corner, Sebastian Ivas.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian Ibatz, as mentioned before, is a 16-year-old fighter making his debut today representing freestyle Muay Thai.
I love the Muay Thai walkout, the garb.
Now, freestyle Muay Thai is already 1-0 on the day. If you remember earlier on in the evening, we had Eric Copeland who stepped up to the plate last minute and took a Muay Thai kickboxing bout, walked away victorious over John Murphy. So looking to take another victory home today to freestyle is Sebastian Ibatz.
Hey, and if that isn't the biggest lesson to you fighters sitting out there, there's no such thing as not being in camp. MMA and kickboxing, these last-minute fill-ins are some of the great opportunities when you're not getting looked at to finally get a good stage to perform on. So it's paramount to be staying somewhat in that fighting shape year-round, because at this level, people are falling out of fights left and right. And that opportunity to step up, and look at Copeland, to step up last minute and then pull the victory. I think even Wallace, when you look at an amazing performance Wallace had to fight for the belt, now stepped up last minute up a weight class and then crushed it. And that is what's so exciting about this game. Now we got Tupac. I don't know how we're voting on the number one song.
Hey, I don't know. It's all
this is a hard tradition you guys started.
No, it is. We gave ourselves a little bit of a hard contest here.
I'm from Jersey. That's closer to New York. I'm going to have to go with Biggie.
I'll give you that one. And here we have Christian Restrepo Vasquez, a 17-year-old debuting fighter out of Gracie, Tampa HQ. Now, one of the notable differences in youth Muay Thai kickboxing, of course, since they are under 18, they're required to wear headgear.
Ladies and gentlemen, your featured bout of the afternoon. This will be in the style of youth Muay Thai kickboxing, 145-pound weight class. Fighting out of the blue corner by And his opponent, out of the red corner, fighting by way of Gracie Tampa headquarters, with a win-loss record of 0-0, Christian Restrepo Vasquez! Your official will be El Rodrigo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Both fighters receiving their final instructions. We're going to touch up gloves, and we're going to be underway with round one of the featured bout. Alrighty. Ebot, Restrepo Vasquez, and here we go. Opening up rapid fire here from Ebot.
Ebot's a little crouched, but he's got some length to him. Very long.
Yeah, Ebot very much the aggressor here. I mean, keeping the pressure on heavy right here.
Yeah,
in the
Superman
open.
punch, flying knee, uppercut. He's throwing a little bit of everything at him. Oh,
Big shots landed.
good sportsmanship.
Nice right hand.
Yeah,
came
Ebot just
around.
ready to throw.
Big shots landing from
Christian's got to
Ebot.
keep his hands closer and up. And yeah, Ebot is just coming, huh?
Nice right hand there from Ebot. I mean, in all these exchanges, he's landing so cleanly.
Yeah.
Nice uppercut there from the left hand.
And that
Goes for the
flying knee.
Nice pop on the
catches
body
it,
kick.
trip.
Turned into a beautiful jump. Ten seconds.
Yeah, Ebot is clearly the more comfortable in there right now.
No, absolutely. And that's the end of round one.
Okay, Christian's really going to have to, like, find his comfort level. His coach is going to need to calm him down and get aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ebot, even though a year younger, is showing a lot more technique. And, I mean, just looking real crisp in a lot of the exchanges, landing a lot of clean shots, a couple of counter hooks. There was an uppercut in the exchange there that landed real well for him, and especially talking about there, the catch into the dump.
Yeah.
I mean, a great first round showing so far from Ebot.
Yeah, Bot seems very comfortable. Bot seems very comfortable. Christian feels, you know, Christian's getting hit, and it seems like it's like making him uneasy. You just got to listen, man, you have the headgear on. You got some thicker gloves on.
Right.
You're going to take a couple punches and just hang in the pocket and return fire. Let's see what his coaches have gotten him hyped into doing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, corners are out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Round two of action here.
Yeah, Ebot's coming strong again.
Nice left hand from Ebot.
Christian just can't find comfortably. He can't. He's gonna have.
Those 1-2s are landing so cleanly from Ebot. And this is why I don't like the headgear. You can see the headgear getting a bit turned around on the head for Christian. And unfortunately, it's a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I was questioning it's such a thick. It looked more like some sparring headgear he's wearing, but it might be affecting his vision. But still, I think it's more of this. As he's getting hit, he's not feeling comfortable. It's stopping his
Right.
shots. It's breaking his posture down. While Ebot just wants to fire. Like you said, crisp 1-2s, keeping it simple. That was a
Ebot
load up
wants to
hook.
finish here. At least it feels like it, because he's throwing with
He's starting to
with
load up,
reckless
right?
abandon.
Yeah.
Those 1-2s coming right up the middle are working well for him, and
And
it
this-
seems to kind of just stop Christian in his tracks.
Exactly, yes. So it's like Christian's getting ready to either parry or counter, and as soon as that 1-2 comes, he's making him rethink everything.
And again, we're talking about two 16 and 17-year-old fighters debuting. The end of round 2.
Like I said, you're watching the youth division here. This is our featured bout. This is something starting 7-1. If you're a company and you want to help youth sports and sponsor it, we'd have your company logo. You see the beautiful ring girl Maya walking around. That is something where your logo, your company can be right next to big companies like Harley Davidson and other great sponsors we're bringing aboard. And like I said, this is not just something that we're doing for pro fighters to get some big contract. These are amateurs. These are youth sports.
Right.
You know, this is at the grassroots of where a sport is birthed and raised.
Absolutely.
And if you're a company and you want to get some good community roots, this is where you want to do it at.
And I just realized again, another sitter versus a stander in between rounds.
That's right.
It's been a little
and
bit of
the
a trend.
standard, and it looks like the standard is in the advantage. Yeah, I don't think for Christian it's a matter of his cardio or being tired. I don't think he feels comfortable getting hit at this stage, which is why these young kids need to do this, right? They need to experience the nerves and the.
Yeah, you can kind of see Restrepo Vasquez kind of looking around a little bit and just taking a deep breath, kind of gathering himself.
Not because he's tired, because he's trying to settle himself.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to calm the nerves. I mean, it's a lot, especially being 16, 17 years old. 17 years old, I mean.
I like this 1-2 by Ibaka. And he's got that lead hook, that lead left hook. Oh.
Almost dangerous there.
Gonna get a pause on the time card.
Time's ticking down. Bring him back out.
I believe we'll have about a minute left in this round after the stoppage. Nice kick there to the body. Beautiful body shot again.
Hey guys, after this fight, we got to run some promo vids. He told you, you got it? Okay.
I like their cardio. They're staying real active. It's good to see in some young fighters. They conditioned well for it. Ooh, great knee. See how he's kind of like crunching in a little
10
bit.
seconds.
Christian's hesitant to throw. The headgear's off again.
Not sure what the stoppage is here, but it looks like there's going to be 10 seconds in round 3 after we start back.
The referee making sure that the fighters are very aware. You're going to see some extra attention and care because remember, this is the youth sports. This is where they learn.
For sure.
Making sure safety's good.
So just heard word from Pedrino there was an illegal strike, a knee to the face that causes for a mandatory 5-minute stoppage, especially in the youth kickboxing division.
And I think you don't see a lot of promotions really wanting to do the youth sports because there's so many other regulatory issues that you need to be aware of. the extra gear, the extra times for things, what things are allowed or not in the fight, making sure you're communicating it properly to these kids.
10 seconds.
Ibata is still bringing that pressure, and he just keeps stuffing Christian.
That's right hand.
Christian's not quitting though. There's right? No stopping.
No, absolutely not.
That's it. Great fight by these young gentlemen. Great fight. And as always, man, this is what I love about this sport, the respect these guys show each other. At that age, that's how you're building real young men for the rest of life.
Absolutely. Start him young.
Start him young, and especially when you're, I don't want to beat this dead horse, but I'm gonna autopsy this dead horse. If you're a company, look at the way these young men are treating each other. They understand pressure. They understand adversity. They're good kids. And if you want to make some type of impact and get your company's name out there, especially for a young demographic like this, all their families are here. These are all close people watching. Their coaches there. These are the type of kids you want to be supporting if you're a company out there.
First and foremost, great job to both of these youth fighters.
Great job.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a full 3 rounds, your winner by unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Sebastian!
Love the bot's energy.
So Sebastian, come talk to me for a second here. It's your first fight, first win. How you feel?
Feel amazing. Never thought it would feel like this.
So you had fun. You're gonna do it again, right?
Oh, 100%. Who's next?
100%.
Who's next?
Who's next, he said? Who's next in this young man's gonna make some noise out here, Sebastian? Great job today, man. Christian, first fight, you looked great, did a hell of a job, didn't win. How you feel?
I'll be back. Be a good fighter. I'll be back.
Let me ask you this, what would you do different next time?
Throw my right hand a little bit more. Sure.
Throwing his right hand, give it up, guys. Sebastian. Christian Vasquez, and your winner, Sebastian! Taking that 3 pounds for the cause, folks, in the intermission. Now's your chance, get a drink, hit the head. And we'll be right back with your co-main and your main event right after this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're working our way to our co-main event where Benito Rodriguez is going to take on the undefeated Devin Flores. But before that, we have a little bit of insight leading up to that fight. We apologize, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be coming your way in just a moment. But in the meantime, let me fill you guys in a little bit. Benito Rodriguez, representing Warriors Academy KC, made the long-haul trip from Missouri, just like a couple of his other teammates have done tonight. So far, he's on a 2-fight win streak. He's got a 2-1 record right now. So immediately took his loss in his debut, but then came back and won 2 fights back-to-back, looking to make it a third. The last time we saw him was in his win at CQ Boxing 1, which is actually at our last main event in concurred with Combat Quest 26. At CQ Boxing 1, he got a unanimous decision victory over Felipe Tapia.
Once the song's over, re-intro the video.
And I think that, we saw Devin fight on a card recently, just a monster. But, we'll get to more of this, and what do we have coming up next?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned, we talked about the co-main event for this evening. Benito Rodriguez going up against the undefeated Devin Flores. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you turn your attention to the screens, we are going to have a preview leading up for that bout.
He's going to...
promo video after the song intermission, whatever it is, and then I'm gonna unplug it so you guys can start talking again, and you don't get that feedback and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, just give us like a.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
good to go.
Just look over me. I'll give you a thumbs up when it's time.
Cool, brother. Thank you. Can I get a pizza? No. Uber Eats connected to this?
Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the TVs and projectors on the wall.
Hi, my name is Devin Flores and I fight out of Def Fort, Tampa. Mindset's the same as it's always been. You know, go in relaxed, go in calm, focus on my breathing, and just be patient. You know, I know this guy, he's gonna come in swinging, and I'm just gonna be there ready. What you're gonna see is you're gonna see someone that's a lot calmer. You know, every fight that I get, the more experience I get, the calmer I get, the more comfortable I get. And that's when I just see more openings. You know, you're definitely going to see me create a lot more openings, and definitely want to get the finish this time. My fight career, you know, I want to keep on winning. I want to get a belt strapped around my waist, and I also want to make it to the big show. You know, my dream is to fight for the CFFC and one day make it to the top UFC 1 championship. So I just got to keep on working. My main motivation is to take the things I've been fine-tuning and apply them in the fight. Not to get too wild. More just work on the things I've been fine-tuning, you know? And really, it's to be better than I was before. Every fight I want to get better. So So I need to get better, you know. So that's my main motivation, is just progressing. I mean, I didn't see his last fight, but you know, I've heard some things. You know, he comes in hard. You know, he's a fighter, and I'm expecting that. Honestly, that doesn't deter me from doing anything. You know, I want that. I want those tough fights. Those are the fights that are gonna make you better. You know, so if you don't challenge yourself, then how are you supposed to get better? How are you supposed to, you know, be one of the greats? You know. Well, you know, a lot of people say they're gonna beat me. It didn't happen. But, you know, he's a humble guy, and, you know, I got a lot of respect for him. But at the end of the day, he accepted a fight against me. So I got to go do my thing, and there's really no feelings involved. It's another day in the office. Benito, man, I'm ready for you. Come in, let's put on a show, and let's give the crowd what they want.
My name is Benito Rodriguez. I'm 27 years old, from Kansas City, Missouri, fighting for Warriors Academy in Independence. What makes me different is I believe my cardio and endurance. You know, I'm able to fight fully all 3 rounds, 100%. We saw that on my last fight. You know, 3rd round comes around, opponent was gassed, and I'm, you know, still firing all pistons, man. Training camp has gone great, you know. My coaches, you know, we've been working on all the things that I've needed to work on since my last fight, fixing mistakes, just, you know, went back to the basics, you know, got to master that. My main motivation is just going out there and proving myself, man. I mean, you know, Devin's undefeated right now. I agreed to fight down a weight class lower than what I'm usually used to. Yeah, just to go out there and prove, you know, I can hang with the big dogs, man. That's really it. How do I see this fight playing out? I think it's gonna be, you know, fight of the night. And I seen in the posters, you know, we're the front runner up for it. It's gonna be a banger, man. Just a lot of hits and kicks. I caught his fight when I was on CQ Boxing 1. You know, he was the co-main event on that one. You know, thought he looked good, man. Looked sharp. And I talked to him before, you know, before at weigh-ins and then after both our fights, and a lot of respect for the guy, man. It's someone that I want, like, when I talk to him, I thought to myself, this is someone I want to fight, you know, test my skill set against, you know, it'd be great. So I'm excited to have that chance to do it now. Hey, Devin, you know, I'm not one of those, you know, good luck guys for the ring. I think that's kind of weird, but, you know, go out there and bang. Let the best man win. That's all there is to it.
They call him the legal amigo Benito Rodriguez.
Can't hear.
He's representing Warriors Academy, Kansas City.
Yo!
Can you hear? Can't hear. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
So, talking about his fight history, when he first had his debut.
What does he not understand? If we can't hear each other, we can't talk to each other.
During his fight debut, unfortunately came up short, didn't get the victory there. But after that, he went on a 2-fight win streak, and he's been on that win streak ever since, looking to carry it on into the 3rd.
Test, yeah. Check.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Let me go back and shoot it for now. I'm sorry, guys. No problem.
And his opponent out of the Team Reaper red corner, Devin Flores.
So if you heard in the video, both of these fighters were featured on the Combat Quest Boxing 1 card, which was about a month ago.
Test, test. Hello, hello.
Devin Flores is an undefeated fighter. He's 2-0 in boxing, 3-0 in Muay Thai kickboxing. The last time we saw him was at Combat Quest Boxing 1. He had a split decision victory, which was a very, very close fight over David Peligroso Pierluisi.
Yeah,
but he hasn't fought anything like Benito Rodriguez before. Flores is a very calm, laid-back individual, especially with his approach to the fight. Especially,
yeah,
I mean, there was
can't
last
talk
time,
to each other if we can't hear each other.
Went to go fight against Pierre Luisi. There was a lot of back and forth banter, and there was some statings for saying that Pierre Luisi wanted to hurt Devin Flores, and even then, Flores still remained composed. Didn't let it get the best of him, and he still came out with the victory. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that composure and calmness is going to bring Devin Flores today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the co-main event of the afternoon. This fight will be in the style of Muay Thai kickboxing in the 127-pound weight class. Fighting out of the blue corner, by way of Warriors Academy, Kansas City, with a win-loss record of 2-1. Benito the Legal Amigo Rodriguez! And his opponent out of the red corner, fighting by way of Death War, with a record of 3-0 and 2-0, Devin Flores!
Obviously, a crowd favorite.
This fight will be El Padrino.
The crowd favorite, Devin Flores, hailing from the local gym of Death War. Flores, as mentioned, undefeated 2-0 boxing, 3-0 Muay Thai kickboxing, looking to move on to 4-0 as both fighters receive their final instructions here. Both fighters are going to touch gloves. Benito in the blue and Flores in the red.
It looks like they're both ready to go at it, both looking strong.
And here we go, opening up, both fighters finding the distance here. Flores, the first one to fire off, narrowly missing, but
nice low kick. Nice.
Tried to rush forward.
It.
Flores caught him with a nice right hook. And these two fighting like dogs right now. It seems like each fighter is waiting for the other one to make the first mistake.
They have a nice little feeling out process.
Both fighters landing that exchange. There was a nice straight right that landed. Big pop on that body kick from Flores.
You can feel that one.
Rodriguez just shrugs it off, smiles through it. Rodriguez landing a decent combo there. Nice left there from Flores.
Yeah,
Flores is doing a good job on the counter so far, but so is Rodriguez.
Yeah, Benito might not feel that body kick, but those 2 or 3 of those getting into that second, third round, I think that's what you saw with some of the other.
I was going to say, earlier in the night, we saw the same thing happening.
Murphy.
Yeah, we saw the same thing happening earlier on tonight where one body shot may not seem like much, but once they start to add on and pile up over the rounds, I mean,
the Murphy-Copeland fight. Copeland
yes.
just kept eating at that body
Yes.
until it just.
And I mean, relentless entourage here from Benito Rodriguez. I mean, just.
Yeah, Benito's doing a good job of staying active and not letting Flores get set. Nice hit. He's sticking Flores with either countering or having to move out of the way. Nice. You see at the end there, when Flores can set his feet and he can start swinging, there's some power. But Benito's doing a good job. Like, even if it's not a crisp, clean punch or a crisp, clean kick,
right.
he's making Flores move or respond. He can't think about what he wants to do. Something doesn't seem too well with Flores. Seems like he's got something. Little trouble breathing. And I've seen Flores fight before. There's no way he's gassed on that round.
Yeah, no, he seems a little hunched over.
Something's bothering, might be a cramp. But then again, listen, you want to be an MMA fighter? That's what it's about. It's
right.
a lot of, you know, this is no matter, so it's like you do some strong conditioning, you do a great camp, striking, jiu-jitsu, but if that water cut, that weight cut, some things are off,
right.
This is where that mentality's got to kick in, like, I got to deal with the pain, I got to go.
And here we saw Benito Rodriguez was the first one out of the
right
corner, ready to the center of the cage. He's ready to go here.
It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on Flores. He looks something like seems to be bothering a little uncomfortable. Benito's coming out with that. You see that open stance with that left leg wide open. He's trying to cut Flores off so he can't go to the left and force him to his right, and it's working.
Nice body kick there from Flores. Nice right hand there from Flores. Both fighters landing beautifully on the counter.
Benito's got this wide open stance. Legs real wide. It looks like he's trying to cut Flores off to the left, but it's so those hands drop when he throws that kick. If Flores throws a high kick, it could be very dangerous for Benito.
I mean, just a slight...
Especially with the power of that body kick, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a slight height advantage for Rodriguez, so his legs are a little bit longer, his arms are a little bit longer. Yeah. But the thing is, once Flores gets in that pocket, it's kind of hard to stop him.
Yes.
Because although his arms and legs are a little bit shorter, when he's in that pocket, it's harder to stop because those punches are coming so fast and so strongly from Flores in that pocket.
It's almost that similar body construction as Cherry Harambe.
Yes.
Right? Super, like short and stout, but nasty hooks and uppercuts.
Right.
But he's got to get inside to be effective.
And I think that's kind of the story of the fight right now. Rodriguez probably realizes that, and he's been doing a good job maintaining the gap that he needs. And the thing is, once we've seen Flores start to get close and start to really rally, again, Rodriguez just does a really good job in creating space.
I'm telling you something right now. We're going to see something in the post-fight. Flores does not look like he normally looks. Something's bothering him. Something's off because his last fight, he was a beast. I think I saw a fight before that. He usually sits back a little bit, and then he becomes the aggressor.
Right.
And he's got flurries and flurries and flurries. If something's bothering him in that rib cage area or something's bothering him inside in that midsection area, it's going to be really hard for him to throw those hooks and punches that you said he's effective at.
I mean,
he just doesn't look comfortable or happy sitting on there.
Right. If you look at both fighters, taking a look at both of them from here, both of them are pretty peppered up in their torso. I mean, you see Flores is wearing some marks more over his left side, and Rodriguez has got quite a few welts over the middle of his torso as well, because we saw Flores popping those body kicks in there every now and then. I mean, when you start to wear away at the midsection, not only are you affecting the breathing, but you're affecting the core, where all the power comes from, where you're trying to generate a lot of these movements comes from that core.
Right on that rib cage, you have your transverse abdomini that handle a lot of the rotation from the waist and the hip and the shoulder. If that starts to get swollen and inflamed, it's going to restrict the expansion of the transverse abdominal so they can get a full rotational power in that punch. That's a great point, and it's very interesting. You can see that red mark on Benito there. Flores, if he can stay eating that, there it is again.
And this is where we see Flores come alive a lot, is the third round. Nice leg kick there. Went for another. Rodriguez wise to it.
See, you got to stop throwing those one-offs. Throws the kick and sits back, and Benito comes forward. I want to see that nice body kick and then straight right down the pipe.
Flores is doing a really good job now, a better job than he did in the first 2 rounds in maintaining this distance now, because I see now it seems like he's a little bit more comfortable.
He's in his range more,
Absolutely. I mean, Rodriguez was trying to come forward, and Flores is being a little bit more effective on the counter punch. And just as I was saying that, Rodriguez starts to come forward here.
Flores got to be careful. He's going down. He left his face wide open. He went for that lower shot.
Inside final minute.
Flores is a body shot and a hook away from really doing some
It was
damage.
close there. Narrowly
Benito's
blocked
slowing
that head
down.
kick.
Benito's got to pick it up. He's got to stuff him. He's got to give Flores things to think about. I don't know if Benito's got the knockout power to put him down. Looks like he's probably ahead on the cards, and he needs to keep busy. There you go.
I'm interested to see how the judges are going to score this one
Me
if
too.
it gets there, because this has been such a back and forth bout. Nice job on the catch there, landing a right hand on the exchange. Giving him a tape for his troubles. Final 10 seconds here. Flores going for it.
You got to leave it all out now. Benito's going too. They are exchanging.
And that is the end.
And again, good sportsmanship. I'm going to tell you, it'd be interesting what they say, because I'd put some money. I don't bet, but I would bet on that. Something is not 100% with Flores. He looks uncomfortable. He doesn't look happy. Like I said, the last time I saw him fight, he was the aggressor. Had that fifth gear, went. Something just looks like he's uncomfortable.
Right.
But give nothing away from Benito. You know, he knew he was coming against a seasoned guy. He didn't let him get comfortable. He didn't let Flores sit down on his punches. He didn't let Flores set. He kept the first 2 rounds. He just kept things in his face.
Flores' coach almost consoling him. He could tell.
He did not
that
feel
Flores
good about that. You know, as an athlete and a competitor, if you go out there and you lose, but you know you put everything you got and you're at your healthiest, these warriors accept that. You see that when they shake hands. But when you know you hit that cage and something wasn't right, you weren't fully prepared, that eats you alive as a competitor. You know you weren't able to perform at your maximum performance. And I think for many hardcore warriors, that hurts more than losing when you put it all on the line.
For sure.
Take nothing away from Benito. He had the good game plan. You see the markings up and down his legs just from 1 or 2 shots. But Benito stuck to the game plan. Everything in Flores' face. Kicks, punches, don't let him get set, move around a lot. He had that wide open stance, cutting Flores off so Flores couldn't circle to his left.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's send you up now to Wild Bill for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. 1 judge, 30 for red, 27 for blue. Second judge, 28 to the red, 29 to the blue. And the third judge, 29 for a draw.
Oh, wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is... Yeah. Now, mind you, they are not booing the fighters. If you're new to MMA, we're not soccer. We don't cheer for draws. So they're not booing the fighters. We love to see a clear-cut winner. You can see the respect between the fighters. But yeah, it's tough to see a draw.
Just a little bit better, if not equal. It is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, it's 2-1-1, so fuck it, I'll be down running back.
Let's see how Devin feels. Devin, how do you feel, man? Do you feel the judges called it right?
You know, honestly, yeah, I think that the judges called it wrong. I just want to go back to the gym and work on what I need to work on, you know. If I want to go to the next level, you know, I got to improve on a lot of things. And I'm willing to man up and then I'm going to plug it back in. The way they are, even if they don't go my way.
Let me ask you, you think you're going to see a rematch in the near future or what? What do you guys say? You want to see a rematch one day this fight? All right, stay tuned. We might have that one coming up for you, folks. You've got your main event coming up right around the corner. One hell of a fight. 1 more to go. It's only going to get better from here.
You know, what a great ring announcer we have with Wild Bill, and he hit it on the head, pumping the crowd out, saying, hey, why don't we give them like a 30-minute break and bring them back out? Let them fight again. UFC 1 style. But yeah, I think that would be a great matchup to see again. Or at least to see them fight again. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of respect to Devin saying I don't agree with the judges. A lot of respect to Devin, kind of give him the credit there.
Right.
But something I can see in his demeanor, he's not happy with his performance. Some piston wasn't firing for him or something.
Right.
Because he's usually a very aggressive, hard-hitting forward person. But like I said, you got to give Benito that credit. Had the good game plan, kept him off his ears, kept him off his toes, and kept him moving.
Absolutely, and I mean, that was only the co-main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're still working towards our main event. We have the youth Muay Thai kickboxing, the youth Sanshou kickboxing title in the 135-pound division up for grabs
Listen, when you see
between
her
Kota
up here with
Shuto.
merchandise, if you don't scream, you don't get any. I'm telling you, you gotta make some noise!
Colin Walker and Kota Shuto again for the 135-pound title. Last time we saw Colin Walker was at Combat Quest 22. He nailed down a solid unanimous decision victory over Jaden Rivero. And the last time we saw him, brought his record up to a nice 5-1 record, so 6 fights already at the young age of 17. And not to mention Kota Shuto, representing Death Warrior MMA, undefeated 3-0 record so far. He's coming back from a knee injury. If memory serves correctly, he did tear it. It was either his ACL or MCL. But either way, making his triumphant return back to hopefully win some gold tonight against a very game Colin Walker.
They wanted me to let you know that after this song, they're cueing the videos, and then you guys will be up, and then the announcer will come in.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break, but definitely check out our website. If you're a company, you're looking to support a lot of these great youth sports, getting your logo next to great companies like Harley Davidson, getting your logo on great...
Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the TVs once again.
Hi, my name is Colin. I'm 16 years old and I train out of Hellman's MMA. I would describe my fight style as Muay Thai based, but also a little bit unorthodox, switching stances a lot, mixing it up. I think what makes me different is my dedication. I'm here every day for like 4 hours a day. I dedicate everything to this. My training camp has gone really well. 6 months, here every day, I'm ready to go. My motivation for this fight is seeing people around me training, looking up to me, and I want to give them a show. What inspires me is the UFC. That's my dream. I've always wanted to be in the UFC. I watch it every weekend, and this is the path to there. Winning the belt would mean everything to me. It's all I've worked for. It's a dream. It would be a dream to come true. I see the fight playing out. Hopefully pretty even. Hopefully it's a good scrap. I'm ready. Hopefully he's ready too. My opponent, I respect him. I think he's a good guy. I've met him before. Be ready for a scrap. You can expect to see out of me is much more cardio based and better technique. I've been here every day working my technique and cardio back to the fundamentals, and I'm ready to go. I'd like to tell my opponent that I respect him and be ready for a good scrap.
My name is Kota Shuto. I'm 17 years of age. I fight out of Tampa, Florida, and I work with Def War and Legends Boxing. I would say my fight style is high pace, high energy, and entertaining. Like if you see any of my past kickboxing fights or boxing fights for Vigilant, you'll see that I am non-stop. I start and I'm going for the finish at every moment. I would say what makes me different from other fighters would be the way I feel about it. I see a lot of other fighters getting very tense and taking it extremely, extremely serious to the point where they're just not even enjoying it anymore. I have so much fun when I'm in there, and it doesn't matter about the result, it just matters about how the fight ends out. If it's a good fight for the fans, I'm happy. The training camp has gone incredibly well with Def War. Def War, I love this group of people. The hard work that goes into this room that we're in right now is just it's second to none. That's why so many good fighters have come out of this room. Winning this championship fight would mean so much to me. It's something that I'd chased since I'd first started fighting when I was about 13 years old. I'd been training for so long, and to finally win this would mean all my hard work is coming to what I envisioned. I see this fight playing out high pace, non-stop action, and it's going to be fight of the night, no matter what. I know that for sure. Colin Walker's a game opponent, and he's someone who also sought out for that championship opportunity just as I have. So we're gonna find out what's gonna happen on the night. Colin, it's gonna be a good fight, man. I'm excited to share the cage with you, and may the best man win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to be underway with your main event for the evening. You heard them talking. Colin Walker, Kota Shuto, two young talents who are geared up, who have been training and fighting for this very moment.
Yeah, and another thing to point out, we're looking at this. We were talking about before. Why do you want to put these younger kids in these with some of these?
Ladies and gentlemen, Vigilant MMA Combat Quest 27 main event. Fighting out of the NBC Credit Repair blue corner, Colin Walker.
It's great for these young kids. The main line. Well, I think we might have found our worst song for the night.
You miss me.
I mean, a good song, but maybe. Oh, okay, I gotta wait, huh? Okay.
Colin Walker representing Hellman's MMA. He's 16 years old, already has 6 fights under his belt. 5-1 record so far in kickboxing. The last time we saw him was back at Combat Quest 22 over in Fort Myers, Florida. We were at the Sidney Byrne Art Center.
I'm still voting it as the worst song. I can't feel it. It's way too slow. There's not enough drop in it for me.
So Colin Walker talking about how he's been having a camp for this fight for 6 months. He said he's been there every single day for 6 months training for this very moment. So a young man at 16 years old who's willing to dedicate his life to the game.
And his opponent down to the red corner, Kota Shuto.
So a young man, as I was saying, who is willing to dedicate himself to the fight game like this.
You know, think about it. How many 16-year-olds are out there right now dedicating themselves relentlessly for 6 months for a goal that they're not guaranteed.
Right.
He didn't know he had to fight 6 months. He just knows I may have an opportunity. So I think when you're looking at the youth in this country, in this state, in this world, giving a 16-year-old laser-like focus on a positive, health-based goal that you're not guaranteed just really teaches them a lot of things about what it's like to grow up and then be a responsible man.
Absolutely.
And talking about Kota Shuto, we were talking about how Colin Walker spent 6 months preparing for this, but Kota Shuto, as we've seen before, if you've seen any of our Vigilant MMA cards, he's been somebody who's pretty much been raised in the sport. Ever since he was a young kid, he's been boxing, kickboxing. As we mentioned before, his younger brother, Soder Shuto, has competed in Vigilant MMA, and if I remember correctly, when Soder competed, he was only 10, 11, 12 years old. So these kids have been born and bred from the beginning to be in this sport.
And we got Death War pumping out another fighter on this card.
Absolutely, and pumping out an undefeated fighter at that, 3-0 so far in all of his kickboxing bouts. As I mentioned before, he did suffer a severe knee injury that took him out of the game for a while, but being young and resilient, he bounced back and is ready to be here today to see if he can move up to a 4-0 undefeated record and take home the gold. Making his way into the cage, you can see our ring girl here holding up the 135-pound title.
It's time to rock the cage! This is your main event of the afternoon. It is a title fight for youth Sancho kickboxing in a weight class of 137 pounds. Fighting out of the blue corner with a win-loss record of 5-1 by way of Hellman's MMA. It's Colin and his opponent fighting out of Team Reaper red corner with a boxing record of 2-0 and a kickboxing record of 3-0. Fighting by way of Death War, it's Kota
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Your official in the ring for this fight will be El Padrino.
The main event, that's what it's all for, is for the 135-pound Youth Sanchow Kickboxing title. Two young men who have been working and training for this moment. The last time they both fought, they were each victorious. Looking to see where they're going to progress from today.
Yeah, you're looking at, you know, when we were mentioning at the top of the show, a guy like Black Clover, this is the next one. You know,
Absolutely.
in 3 to 4 years, these kids will be, what, 19? I'm sorry, how are they now? Like,
Kota is 17,
and
Walker's 16.
Yeah, not even 19 or 20, 21. I mean, that's when they'll be primed, getting ready to maybe make a pro debut.
And think about it already. Walker's already had 6 fights. Kota, including his boxing experience, has had 5 fights.
Yeah, so these aren't fresh, inexperienced
and that's the thing. Although being some of the youngest on the card, they're the most experienced.
Ooh, and they look crisp.
And Sanchow Kickboxing does allow for those takedown and dumps. However, once it gets to the ground, the fight is stopped. Both fighters stood back up. Kota
They got some
rapid
crisp
fire.
punches, yeah.
Absolutely. Kota working that boxing.
Yeah, very traditional boxing jab, just floating it out there, trying to get his range. Oh, and he goes.
Tries to go for the takedown dump, but not able to secure it. Walker does a good job getting out of that one. Kota
Great
still trying to
balance.
secure it. Walker going for one of his own. Shoda able to fight it off. A little bit of a matchup there. Got tied up, able to break out. Kota tries to go for the high right, narrowly misses that. And Walker seems very patient here. Kota's been firing off a lot, but Walker seems he's been firing more on the counter strike end, waiting for Kota to make the first move.
No, in under 30 seconds at the end. Oh, great setup. And the down. Oh, and he pushes.
Not sure if that counts as a down.
Does it count as a, yeah?
Nice hands
Kota
there
stuck
from
him in
Kota.
nice, yes.
Nice job to secure the takedown. Kind of snuffed there by Walker. And that's the end of the first round.
I'd almost want to see these guys in an MMA match.
Absolutely. I would be very interested to see Kota actually compete in MMA in general. He's actually never competed in MMA.
He's got some nice shots.
No, absolutely.
It almost seems instinctual.
Right.
He's just he's ducking under and boom, without
Absolutely.
thought or hesitation.
I mean, when you train in a gym at like Hellman's gym
you're getting that work.
produce professional fighters like Brandon Lopez, I mean, you got to imagine that his skills are going to be well-rounded. He's going to know. Obviously, he's competing primarily in kickboxing and boxing. However, Hellman's is not going to send him out there without the ability to take somebody down. Or excuse me, Defor is not going to send him out there.
Yeah, guys, these guys start coming out, and you own a small company, and you're looking to try and get a name out there. To have your logo out there, starting 7-1 our shows, you can get your logo in the middle of the cage. You can get it on one of the fighters. You can help these young men really not only stay disciplined for 6 months, but have opportunities like this to grow and become more mature young men.
Absolutely. Cotto rushing forward with the big kick, turns it to a dump there from Walker.
Oh, he's leaning in there
Cotto
a little.
wants it, yeah.
He's waiting in there strong. Cotto's staying really nice on his toes, nice and light.
Yeah, Cotto's doing a really good job of sticking and moving right now.
Walker just seems a little frustrated, like he can't find his opening.
Right. This doesn't seem to be the same Walker that I saw go up
Reaching
against.
for that take.
This doesn't.
And look how he defends that takedown and throws right up. I'd love to see these guys in an MMA match.
Absolutely. I mean, just the amount of pressure that's going in between these takedown attempts.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine if he was able to actually pick him up, slam him, and finish.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like Walker's having a little trouble finding where he wants. There.
Big sweep there from Cotto.
Cotto's looking at him, telling him, good job, let's go again.
Cotto wants to dump.
Yeah, Cotto wants, it seems like he really wants to get his hands on him, throw him around, dump him, take him down.
No, absolutely. I mean, that was a huge sweep there from at the end of the round to really kind of punctuate the round from Walker. You can see the attempted takedown there from Cotto. Walker stopped it.
Up. He's
coming right back up.
And you can see,
and let's see if we're going to
thought
see
he
that
was done.
takedown.
See Walker's
The
a little
catch
flat
and the big
there.
sweep. Beautiful job there from Walker. Great heads up.
Yeah, Walker's got no heavy breathing. I think part of that is he hasn't really been able to explode, throw any combos.
Right.
It feels like every time it's almost as if Cotto has him timed that as soon as his feet's set and he's ready to throw, Cotto's beating him to it.
Yep.
Walker's gonna have to get a lot more aggressive and break that cycle.
Again, if this was MMA,
it would be. It really seems like that's where Cotto wants to go with this. Walker's got to stop standing in front of him like that. He's got to get a little bit more movement, get out of the way. Go for that single again.
.20 seconds left in round 3.
Oh, Cotto got him a couple
10 seconds left in the third round.
Give me a little bit of a hard one to score, but I think you have to look at Cotto on this one, being the aggressor, having more of the trips, having more even though MMA style takedowns, you know.
Now, being that it's a championship
Now
matchup, there are 5 rounds.
Yeah. Now we're going to see, like we said before, you know, right now I really think Cotto's got the 3 rounds. So now the pressure's on Walker. You know, are you going to be able to? I mean, it's tough. The headgear, the extra pads is not something you're going to really knock someone out in.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, in this kind of division, a knockout would really have to come as the result of like perfect timing,
exhaustion.
You know, the headgear is there for a reason, especially with these guys being so young, under the age of 18. We got to make sure they stay protected. A lot of people don't like the headgear, but it's what we have to do. And as the cage doors are sealed up, we're entering 4th round here, championship rounds. Here we go.
Cotto's calling him to come on. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like Walker feels comfortable.
Right. Huge takedown there from Walker. Shudo not phased.
No.
Shudo likes it. A little bit of a misstep there.
Yeah.
Another big takedown there. Nice double leg pull.
You know, part of that has to do with Walker staying so flat, staying in the same place. As soon as Cotto can get a hold of him, all he's got to do is drive forward and lift, and he goes right down. Walker's got to get some more movement. He's got to get left to right. He's got to attack in these last rounds. Nice.
Another big takedown from Walker. That's going to score him some points here.
But the problem is he's only scoring that after a flurry of hits.
Right.
He's got to be the aggressor here. He's got to get. Oh.
There's Cotto with another
Cotto's just
one.
not letting him.
2-2 in takedowns just in this round alone.
Yeah.
I believe Cotto's up 5 takedowns to 3, somewhere in that ballpark.
Easily,
but now,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we're entering the 5th and final round, the championship rounds. This is where these athletes are going to be tested. These athletes have fought longer than anybody else has fought today so far.
Yeah, when we talk about, hey, let's have some amateurs, or what are the amateurs doing? I'm sorry, what are the amateur youth doing? The amateur youth are going 5 rounds.
Yep.
Right? Our amateur adults aren't.
Right.
You know, so when you start looking at how you start to build confidence in these young men in this sport, is putting them among their peers who are a little bit ahead of them, saying, hey, listen, young man, you went out there and did 5 rounds, win or loss.
Right.
You went out there and did 5 rounds and sat in that room with so-and-so the heavyweight and so-and-so 6-0 undefeated. And it gives these kids something, even when they lose. I think it's imperative for them to learn that losing is a temporary, you know, stop on the way to their success.
Right.
And it's okay. You know,
Right.
when you're around these other young men and you know, wow, that guy went 6-0 after he fought me. Well, it was a good loss. It was a great loss.
And
great to see these young men.
Yeah, especially this early on in the stage. Any loss, any win, any fight experience in general is exactly that. It's experience. It's stuff for you to learn on.
When the experience is this positive.
Right.
You know, they got their nice locker room. It's a clean place. There's good security. It's run professionally. This gives them that really good experience. That catch and trip is working for Walker nonstop.
That's the 3rd or 4th time he's gotten it to work for him.
But it's also because he's standing still and catching those kicks. The hands are coming down more.
Cotto again. Another big takedown. Walker's starting to look a little tired.
Yeah, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see it in the body language. See, he's not fighting the takedown as much. He's going right to his hands. I think if Cotto just sits here and takes him down the rest of the time. Yeah, that was a lazy jab. He's going to go again. He's going to take him down again.
Unstoppable on the takedowns.
Walker's got to move. He's got to circle. He's just got to dig down deep in him right now, young man, and just move a little bit more. Don't throw that lazy jab and walk away. Ten seconds left. Championship rounds. These two young men have some hearts going at it. Walker's got nothing left, throwing everything he's got. Wow.
What a showing from two absolutely.
These are under 18-year-old, quote unquote, as you said, air quotes, kids.
Right.
Leaving it all on the line, exhausting themselves.
Just a friendly reminder, ladies and gentlemen, you always visit us online at vigilantmma.co to buy your tickets, see past events, and even watch live at home on pay-per-view. Also, check out the merchandise at www.reaper1.co.
Yeah, beautiful championship belt they got.
Absolutely.
I mean, that, let me tell you something. I have, like I said, I keep beating this dead horse. I've seen a lot of promotions with their professional championship belts that don't look that good.
Right.
Vigilant is always giving these kids and these amateurs the best platform, the best experience. It's great to see. I'd almost like to see the personality of Kota versus Eldridge. We'd have to put some weight on one on Kota.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting matchup.
But that would be the entertainment alone, the pre-fight walkouts alone. Right there. I'll tell you something. I'm still itching for this Wallace and it's escaping my name. Banez, right?
After
Well,
5 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard.
That's going to be a great fight.
Your winner by unanimous decision and new Youth in Jail Kickboxing Champion, out of the red corner, Kota Shudo!
Well deserved on that one.
Big congratulations to Kota Shudo on finally winning his first title.
I'm the champ. Say it again, man. I'm the champ. One more time. I'm the champ. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kota Shudo.
Mr. McWilliams, my fourth period history teacher. I don't know if you're here tonight, but I just want to say that review packet, that's 84 points. I'm so behind. Now that I'm the champion, do you think you can give me a pardon? Can you make sure I don't do that?
Okay.
Hey, I think you only got one fighting champion in your class. I think I should get a pardon for that.
And the young men here.
The struggles of a 17-year-old, the struggles of a 17-year-old kickboxing champion, man.
You agree with the judges' scorecards?
Yeah, he had more takedowns on me.
So what are you going to do next time to make it better?
Work my takedown defense.
Make some noise, Colin Walker, and your winner and new champion, Kota Shudo! Once again, folks, don't forget, check us out online, vigilantmma.co, and we'll see you in the next fight coming up right around the corner, folks. Check online, we'll get you the dates for those right away.
So just like Peter Parker, Kota Shudo, student by day, superhero by night, walking away today undefeated again as the new 135-pound Youth Sanchow kickboxing champion. Combat Quest 27, Light 'em Up 3 has came and went, and it's been a hell of an event from start to finish. All the fights were bangers. We see a new champion.
17th in Fort Myers, folks. It's an on-the-road show. Feel free to get your tickets at vigilantmma.co. You can watch it online at home on pay-per-view as well.
Just as we were saying, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute banger card. But do not forget, we have Combat Quest 28 coming your way June 17th, Fort Myers, Florida. Do not miss out. Make sure you go to vigilantmma.co. That is vigilantmma.co. That way you can purchase your tickets so you don't miss the action.
I hear that event, there's going to be an amazing 155er debuting.
I heard there's going to be an amazing debuter. And also, we can't forget about the title eliminator.
That's going to be, I'm
coming up.
excited for that.
A headliner bout, Cristobal Ibanez walked away with the victory today to earn himself a spot going up against Malcolm Wallace for the vacant 170-pound title in Vigilant MMA, which is a storied title at the very least.
Yeah, a great league, and I'm telling you right now, take the discount of $9.99, buy the fight that Wallace qualifies for this. When Wallace steps up, it was a great performance by him. Then watch this fight again with Cristobal, and you're going to see two 170ers go at it that next fight. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, that show coming up before Myers is the last show that corporate sponsorships are going to really be able to start getting in. If you're a company and you're looking to not only support your employees, but support the youth in the amateur fight league and co-branded with great companies, like I said, not to brag for Vigilant, but Harley Davidson only worked with UFC.
Right.
Bellator didn't get him, CFFC didn't get him, UFL didn't get him, PFL didn't get him, Vigilant got him. And to start building companies around with Vigilant and the youth, you're going to see some great things.
Absolutely.
Contact us at vigilantmma.co, not .com, .co. Reach out to us and we'll get you all the information on the events coming up, sponsorship events, sponsorship money, and everything else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up here from Combat Quest 27 at the Dallas Bowl from Tampa, Florida. We will see you next time. This has been El Segundo Luis Soto alongside John Morris. And remember to always stay vigilant. Have a good night.
Great night, guys.
It's no sounds coming from out. Please apply very enjoying thing like we